officially open and indicate the purpose of the meeting. We are here at Ray Konyeni Local Municipality, Ugu District.
Si lapha ke enkonyeni Ugu District.
We are the Portfolio Committee for Cooperative Governance and Traditional Affairs from the National Assembly.
Si committee ke elivela laphayana eParliamente elaziwa ukuthi ke COGTA.
Can we start by introducing ourselves formally? I'm Fikile Klasa, who is chairperson of the Portfolio Committee. I will allow other members to introduce themselves.
Usasithulile ke usihlalo nomzwile ukuthi uthini ucela ukuthi ke bazazise.
Molweni sanibonani. Ndingudilikhaya Mpumza. Ilungu leParlamente elihlala kule committee ka Cooperative Governance and Traditional Affairs. Yabulela.
Sanibonani Ogwini. Ninjani? Igama ngubheki wakaHadebe nami ngililunga lekomiti leka COGTA. Ngiyabonga.
Sanbonani, Macheloni, good morning. My name is Jacques Smaller. I'm a member of this portfolio called COGTA, and I'm looking forward to hearing your comments today.
Siyabulela kakhulu chairperson igama lami ndikukhanya Ceza nami ndililungu lekomiti leCOGTA. Siyabulela Nkosi.
Sanibonani mphakathi wakithi. Igama lami nguXolani Sibongo Makamsimango. Nami ngiyilungu lale committee ka Cooperative Governance and Traditional Affairs. Siyabonga.
Yabona kwabamane bekhahlelwa kuthi ukuthi bayaziwa.
It is clear for me that there are those who are being praised. It is therefore clear to me that they are well known.
Every meeting usually has an agenda.
Wonke umhlangano unohlelo olulandelwayo.
This is the agenda. It's provincial public participation hearing on the Independent Municipal Demarcation Authority Bill.
Elena ke uhlelo esizolandela kulomthethosivivinywa we obizwa ngokuthi ke IMDA.
But before we proceed, we would like to be welcomed by the leadership of the municipality. I'm informed that Councillor Dlamini is the one who is going to welcome us.
Ngicabanga ukuthi ke ngaphambi kokuba siqhubeke kukhona ke ubuholi obukhona la phakathi kwethu umnumzane noma uKhansela Dlamini okuyena ke ozosimukela.
Honorable Chairperson,
Sihlalo hloniphekile,
members of the legislature present,
malungu ke shamthetho akhona lapha,
members of the public,
malunga omphakathi.
I feel so delighted today and I feel a great honor to be in this position.
Ngizizwa ke ngijabulile futhi ngihloniphekile ukuthi ke ngibe kule ndawo engimi kuyo.
To introduce people of this caliber is not a matter of things that you can just take for granted.
Ukuzithula noma ke ukwethula abantu abukile izinga eliphakeme kanje ngalendlela akuyona ke nje into umuntu angamane ayithathe lula.
Chairperson, let me start by saying, Reinkonyen consists of 36 wards.
Sihlalo angeke ngiqale ngokusho ukuthi ke iRenkonyeni inama ward awu 36
Of which and also 71 councillors.
kuphinde futhi kube no amakhansela awu 71
Those councillors are led by Troika.
lawo makhansela ke aholwa yiTroika.
The Troika consists of the mayor,
iTroika ke kuyo kunosodolobha,
deputy mayor,
iphini likasodolobha
and also the speaker.
kanye ke nosomlomo.
Honorable Chairperson, mine is to welcome all of you. You are feel so welcome to this Reinkonyen municipality.
Sihlalo ukwami nje ukuthi nginamukele ngaleyo ndlela ke ngithi namukelekile kuRenkonyeni municipality.
And also members of the public are welcome.
Nawo ke amalunga omphakathi amukelekile.
I don't want to say feel at home.
Angifuni ukuthi zizweni nisekhaya.
I will say feel be at home. Don't feel be at home. Be at home.
Ngizothi kini ke yibani sekhaya ningazizwa nisekhaya.
I thank you.
Ngiyabonga.
Happy to be welcomed.
Siyakujabulela ke ukwamukelwa.
Now we must start introducing the bill that we are about.
Manje ke sesizoqala ngokuthi ke sethule lemthetho sivivinyo esibhekane nawo.
The name of the bill is called Independent Municipal Demarcation Authority Bill.
Lo mthetho sivivinyo ke uyiloku usihlalo esakushilo akufundile ukuthi ke ibill emayelana ke nokuzimela kwe-authority emayelana ke nokuklanywa kwemingcele.
It is meant to replace the number 27 Municipal Demarcation Act of 1998.
Yona ke ichibiyela noma isusa umthetho we C27 omayelana ke nebhile beyikhona noma umthetho bowukhona kudala lapho ke kuzochitshiyelwa lo mthetho kungeniswe ke omusha.
Reasons for the amendment or change of that act are as follows.
Izizathu ke zokuthi kuchitshiyelwe noma kushintshwe yilezi ezilandelayo.
It's various experiences of the different demarcation boards that have existed since 1998.
Okubangela lokhu ke ukuthi sekube khona isipiliyoni esibonwe ilezi inhlobo ezahlukene zamalunga ebhodi emayelana nokuklama umngcele ebekade ikhona ngaphambilini.
Protest actions by communities
Kanye ke nemibhikisho ebeyenziwa ke imiphakathi ngenxa yokunganeliseki
in relation to demarcation of municipalities and wards.
mayelana ke nokuklanywa kwama wadi.
Also legal actions taken by communities against the demarcation of municipal boundaries and wards.
Kanye ke futhi namacala afakwa umphakathi ngendlela ke ukuklanywa ngayo omasipala namawadi.
all the time allegations were about manipulation of the demarcation of municipal boundaries and wards.
Manje ke ngaso sonke isikhathi lezikhalazo bezimayelana nokuxhatshazwa noma nokungasetshenziswa ukungahlonishwa komthetho uma phela kuklanywa leindawo zomasipala noma amaward.
And all of this affected the delivery of services to communities.
Manje konke ke lokhu bekuphazamisa ukuhlinzekwa kweabantu ngezinsiza.
Now focusing on the bill that we are about today,
Manje ke namhlanje ke uma sesibukisisa noma sigxila kulomthetho sisivivinyo esibukene nawo namhlanje,
the objectives of the bill are as follows.
izinhloso zalomthetho sisivivinywa zimi kanje.
One is to provide mechanisms of how the Independent Municipal Demarcation Authority would be established.
Ukuqala nje sizobuka ukuthi ke le authority ezimele emayelana ke nokuklanywa komasipala izosungulwa noma yebo izosungulwa kanjani
And how it is going to function.
nokuthi ke izosebenza kanjani.
Critical areas that I need to outline there, which would want your inputs on. One is that this bill is proposing that the independent, in fact, the authority that we are talking about must be independent in terms of Section 155 of the Constitution.
Izinto ke ezibalekile engifuna ukuthi sibonisane kuzo kakhulu ezimayelana ke nalomthetho sivivinyo ikakhulukazi ke engizilindelekini phela nina yinina ifanele nibe negalelo kulomthetho sivivinyo ukuthi le authority nifuna ukuthi ibe njani.
The authority would be independent in the sense that when the board gets appointed, the selection panel would be led by a judge.
Manje ke le authority noma ke le sigungu sizozimela. Manje kuzokwenzeka kanjani lokona? Lokho kuzokwenzeka ngokuthi amalunga azokwakha le authority noma lesigungu azoqokwa ijudge.
We're talking about the selection panel of the board. It would be led by a judge.
Sikhuluma lapha ke ngokuqokwa kwalabo esithi panel. Labo ke bazoholwa ijudge.
And as part of the composition of that selection panel, Parliament take part in the form of the Portfolio Committee for Cooperative Governments, as well as the Select Committee from the NCOP.
Manje ke abanye abazobamba iqhaza uma kwakhiwa lo mzimba le panel ezokhetha labo abazoba ile authority, iParliament nalo lizobamba iqhaza lapho.
The National House of Traditional and Khoisan Leaders as well would be part of that.
Ngisho ke nabaholi bendabuko kufaka phakathi ngisho nabaholi bendabuko bamakhoyisani bazoba ingxenye yaloko.
This is just a point to illustrate how this body would be selected in a manner that would reflect independence.
Lena ke indlela ekhombisa ukuthi lo mzimba noma lesigungu siyokhethwa kanjani ukuze phela cishe wonke umuntu abambe iqhaza lapho.
Now coming to objective number 2, the Independent Municipal Demarcation Authority would also be responsible for the demarcation of municipal boundaries.
Uma ke sesiza esiphuzwini lesibili le sigungu noma le authority ezimele yomasipala umsebenzi wayo ke yona noma wona kuyoba ukuklama imingcele yomasipala.
It will also outline the process that would be engaged when we demarcate municipal boundaries.
Le authority futhi izochaza ngisho nendlela ezolandelwa uma ngabe sekuklanywa lemingcele yomasipala.
Central to that would be involvement of communities would be affected by the demarcation.
Okubalulekile ke kuko konke lokho kuzoba ke umphakathi ozothinteka uma sekuklanywa lezi zindawo zikamasipala.
Objective number 3 would be delimitation or redetermination of ward boundaries.
Okwesibili ke futhi kuzoba ukubuka ukuthi ke amawadi wona azoklanywa kanjani.
And even here, it would be a similar approach where you involve all communities would be affected.
Ngisho nakuyo le ndawo umphakathi wele ndawo nawo uzolibamba iqhaza uma kwenziwa lokho.
The fourth objective would be the establishment of an independent Municipal Demarcation Appeals Authority.
Okwesine ke la uzothola ukuthi kuzophinde kukhethwe lokho esikubiza ukuthi ke i-Appeals Authority. Lapho ke uma umuntu noma ilunga lomphakathi linesikhalo khona lizoya khona lifike lithi kulaba esibabiza ukuthi i-Appeals Authority mina ngikhalaza ngaloku.
So that would then reduce the issue of us getting taken to the courts by
Lokho ke,
communities.
Kuyonciphisa phela ukuthi ke thina njengamalungu eParliament siloku sithathwa simikiswa ezinkantolo simikiswa yimiphakathi ngenxa ukuthi ke ayinelisekanga ngezinto ezithize.
The last objective would be the assessment of the capacity of municipalities to carry out their objective.
Okugcina ke okuzobukwa ukuthi uma sesikhethiwe ke lesigungu kuzobukwa ukuthi ngabe siyakwazi yini ukwenza umsebenzi esikhethelwe wona ukuthi siwenze.
As you might know, we have got different categories of municipalities, like the metros, like category B and category C.
Njengoba nazi ukuthi sineyinhlobo ezahlukahlukene zomasipala kunalabo ke ekuthiwa abe metro kunabalabo abangaphansi kwa category B kukhona nalabo abangaphansi kwa category C.
Even here, the focus would be on the delivery of services to communities.
Ngisho ke nakuyo le ndawo esikuyo thina sibheke kakhulu ukuthi abantu kumele bathole izinsiza.
It will not be informed by different interests of different groups, political parties, etc. It must be about the people.
Lokho ke angeke kubheke ukuthi kuneliswa abantu noma amalunga eqembu elithize lezepolitiki kodwa kubalekile ukuthi abantu ekufanele baneliseke umphakathi wale ndawo.
There are some specific areas that out of the different visits that we have had where people have raised issues and we always feel we must raise them before you engage. The first one is where the demarcation of boundaries. It is proposed in the bill that it should take at least 10 years before we redemarcate municipalities.
Sesibuya ke eindaweni eziningi abantu baveza ke uvo lwabo lwahlukahlukene mayelana nokuklanywa kwemingcele. Kodwa ke into esifuna ukuyicacisa ekulomthetho sivinyo ukuthi uma umngcele wendawo usuklanyiwe lokho okungenani akuthathe cishe iminyaka eyishumi ukuze phela kungabi khona ukuloku ukuthi kushayisana izinto mhlambe emva kweminyaka emihlanu noma emithathu sekuphinde kuyaklanywa akuke kuhlale nje isikhathi esingangeminyaka eyishumi kwaziwa ukuthi le ndawo ihamba ifike la.
The purpose is to create stability and allow municipality plans to be implemented over a longer period than 5 years.
Inhloso ke yaloko ukuthi phela ke kube nozinzo Singakhohlwa ukuthi ke omasipala nabo banephupho bayafisa ukuthi uma ngabe mhlambe bacabanga ukuthi la bangakha noma umtholampilo cishe lelo phupho labo awulifezeke kungabi ukuthi kungakapheli ngisho iminyaka emihlanu noma eyisithupha sekufanele manje kube nomunye umngcele.
I was just raising that point, but I know that you must have engaged in preparing for the meeting.
Bengiliveza nje lelo phuzu ukuthi ke uma nani nixoxisana nathi lokho kube semqondweni wenu.
Critically, we are a portfolio committee as indicated. The meeting is your meeting. We are here to listen, and they would be taking notes, but we have got a formal team from Parliament that would be taking notes.
Tina ke njoba sila si portfolio committee ezela ukuzolalela nina le usuku lolu usuku lwenu lapho nina kufanele niveze uvo lwenu khona kunezikhuluke ezivela eParliament enizothi uma nikhuluma zizoloku ke zona zithatha zibhala phansi lokhu enikushoyo.
Our process is going to be as follows as the portfolio committee.
Uhlelo lwethu ke njenge portfolio committee lizohamba ngalendlela.
We received the bill when it was tabled to Parliament on the 15th of June 2022.
Kutheke ngomhla ka15 kuJune thina sayuthola lo mthethosivivinyo.
It was sent to us to process it until it becomes law.
Walethwa kithi ke ukuthi siubuke siucubungule sisebenze ngawo kuze kufike isikhathi la sekuba khona umthetho.
Initially, we invited written responses.
Eqaleni ke sacela ukuthi ke umphakathi awulethe phela uvo lwawo ngendlela yokubhala phansi.
Today, we are here to listen to yourselves. It's public hearings.
Namhlanje ke size la ukuthi sizozwa nina enye indlela ke iParliament exhumana nabantu ngayo esibiza ukuthi ke ama public hearings.
Would also want to advise members of the community to say, if it happens that you may not be ready today, you are still free to make submissions until the 29th of August, 2023.
Okubalekile ke sifuna noma ke usihlala thanda ukugcizelela ukuthi uma kwenzeka ukuthi namhlanje mhlambe wena ungalitholi ithuba lokuthi ukhulume wonke umuntu la endlini usesenali ithuba lokuthi ke angaliveza uvo lwakhe ngendlela yokubhala kusavulekile lo hlelo luzoqhubeka kuyoze kube umhla ka15 kuAugust kuyo lonyaka ka2023
29 of August, not 15.
ngomhla ka29 August 2023.
At the end of the session, an email address would be given to you and a number of the portfolio committee secretary where you can interact.
Liyothi ke uma se luphela noma lo hlelo lethu seluya emaphethelweni nizonikezwa ke i-email address lapho ke nizobhalela khona noma ninekezwe inombolo kamakhalekhukhwini kanobhala wekomiti lapho ke nizomshayela khona uma ngabe nifuna ukuxhumana naye mayelana ke naloko esihlangane ngako namhlanje.
We have been to the Eastern Cape, Northern Cape, Free State. Now we are in KwaZulu-Natal.
Sesibuya ke kuzo zonke lezifundazwe usihlalo asezishilo namhlanje ke sila KwaZulu-Natal.
We are going to cover all the 9 provinces of the country.
Sizozihamba ke zonke izifundazwe zezwe cishe ziyu9.
After the consolidation of whatever information that has been collected, we are going to sit down as a committee on the 5th of September to discuss the consolidated report.
Yothi ke ngomhla ka5 September thina njengekomiti siyohlala phansi ke lapho siyobe sesihlanganise yonke lemininingwane esiyithole kuzo zonke lezifundazwe besizihamba bese ke lokho sikwenza ke kuba i-report.
And that report, if we agree with whatever that comes out of the process, we'll table it in the National Assembly for debate.
Kuyothi ke uma sesiqedile ngaleyo report noma leyo mbiko sizowuthatha ke njenge portfolio committee bese ke siyowethula lokhu pheceleze sithi ukutablisha lapha yana National Assembly.
If approved, then would send the bill to the National Council of Provinces.
Uma ngabe ke lo mbiko wethu wamukeleka sizowuthatha ke noma uzodluliselwa NCOP.
The NCOP might as well do the same arrangement, conduct public hearings.
Kungenzeka ke ne-NCOP nayo bese ithi cha nathi awuthi ke senze wona lo msebenzi owenziwe yile committee sihambe siye ebantwini futhi siyofuna uvo lwabo.
And immediately after this has been finalized, the bill would be passed into law.
Kuyothi ke uma sekwenziwe konke lokho lo mthetho sivivinyo ke lo esiubiza ngokuthi ibill ngesilungu uzobe ke usuyaphasiswa soba umthetho
After it is signed by the president.
ngemuva ke kokuba umongameli esewusayinile.
So that's the process we are about. This is your opportunity. It is almost at the beginning of the process.
Manje ke yiyo ke inqubo noma indlela esiyilandelayo le. Nina ke ninenhlanhla ngoba le ndlela esiyilandelayo iqala ngani ithuba leni ukeleli lokuthi niveze uvo lwenu.
We are not going to respond as the committee or clarify anything. We will just be listening to you.
Thina njengekomiti akho la sizophendula khona ayikho into esizoyichaza thina into esiyifunayo sifuna ukuzwa igalelo lenu.
This is the order that we are going to follow.
Yiyo ke indlela esizoyilandela le.
Sizawubiza abantu beze kwezi zitulo ziphakathi sinini kamagama ubani ngo1 no2 uyoma ku10 or 15 ngexesha.
We are going to call people to come into these chairs. The names that we are going to give you will be numbers. We are going to call more than 10 people, up to 15 probably at a time.
Nithetha ke umuntu ngamnye imizuzu emithathu.
An individual will be given only 3 minutes to express himself or herself.
Asiye sivume ke kubekho umuntu ophakamisa point of order.
We wouldn't allow anyone to raise a point of order.
Ubufuna ukuba ne order yakho phakamisa isandla ungene apho uzoyithetha.
If
No
you wish,
point of order.
if you wish to raise your point of order, the only opportunity that you will have is for you to raise up your hand and join the line.
Ngamanye amazwi akukho umuntu ke kuthiwe out of order.
In other words, no one would tell you that you are out of order.
The only determining factor is 3 minutes.
Into ke ezokhombisa logo ile mzuzu emithathu ozonikwa yona la.
Njoba nibona kuba ndimane ndimixa isilungu nesixhosa andisazi kakuhle isiZulu.
As you see me mixing these languages, I am not perfect in isiZulu.
Ndike ndacela omnye ulungu ndathi xa ndimamele sithi isikhombisa ndaxaka uba yintoni ke ngoku isikhombisa.
I was telling one of my members when I heard people talking of iskombisa, meaning 7, so I didn't understand what is meant by that.
So ngamanye amazwi ke utata uMsimango xa sesithetha ngoba nina nikhululekile nithethe noba loluphi ulwimi okholwa lilo.
So for you as the community, don't feel afraid of expressing yourself in any language. You are allowed to speak any language that you feel free to express yourself with.
Zawucela kutata uMsimango akwenzela uba xa ebalo sikhombisa nontoni andincedise kuloo nto.
I will then request Honorable Msimango to assist me when it comes to, isiZulu, when people start to speak about isikhombisa and other terms that I don't understand very well.
Ndicinga uba ndigqibile icacile leyo uba sizawuqhuba kanjani. Mhlawumbi zawuthatha nje le round yokuqala uba ndikwazi ukuthi isikhombisa ke nindixolele.
I think I've done and I've clarified the procedure that we need to follow. As and when I point people, counting, when I come to the part of isikhombisa, please pardon me on that one.
I'm informed that kukho ubukhokeli siyabu acknowledge wonke umuntu onoxanduva kwindawo asuka kuyo. Kukho speaker of Rain Konyeni local municipality, councillor Zindile. Ndibhalelwe yile ndoda ibhale kakubi ndiyaxolisa uba ndifunde kakubi kodwa naye wonke umuntu bethu one responsibility akuyo ungaze kuthi kanti simphazamile asamqaphela.
In our midst, we have leadership from the traditional authority. We also have leadership from the council of here, Rinkunyeni. And if I'm not mistaken, we've got a speaker or councillor who's with us here. But any one of you who feels that he has got something to say, I think the leadership will also try to address those issues. Don't feel afraid to say whatever you want to say. If you feel that there's a burning issue within you, you are allowed to say it. There are relevant people who are going to address that.
Siyaqala ke ngoku sithatha izandla ndizoninika amanani.
We are starting now. Raise up your hands.
Number one, number one baba. So siza ngaphambi. Number two baba. Uwe. Yes. Iza ngaphambi. Number three. Baso siza ngaphambi. Ndikhangela izandla kuzothethwa apha entlanganisweni.
I'm looking for the hands. We
Number four.
are here to talk.
Siseku number four.
We are on number 4.
Number 5. Number 6. Number 7. Asizubalinda ke sabe siqala ngaba bakhoyo.
We will not wait anymore. We will start with the ones we have currently.
Number 1.
Mangibulise kuma-members eParliament. Igama lami ngingu-Martin Ngungama.
Let me greet the members of parliament. My name is Martin Ndungama.
Year 2000.
In the year 2000,
Ngakhethwa ngaba ikhansela lewadi
I was elected as a ward councillor
kulo masipala sikuwo namhlanje.
in this municipality we are in today.
Safundiswa kakhulu ngayo le ukanywa kwemingcele.
We were given extensive training in the demarcation of borders.
Into eyenzekile ke manje siyayibona ukuthi kuthiwa u10 years
What is happening now, we can see that it's written that it'll be 10 years.
before kube khona ushintsho olungaphambili olungase lenzeke for whatever development.
Before there could be any change based on whatever development at the time.
Thina ke sisuka emakhosini.
We come from traditional leadership.
Emakhosini la sikholelwa khona sikholelwa kakhulu ukuthi imingcele mayikanywa noma yayikanywa ngokwemifula noma ngokwemichachazo ukuze kube ukuthi induna ethile unozithetshana othize njalo 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 njalo.
Under traditional leadership, we had the belief that borders were created or were demarcated using things like rivers, and you would find that a certain ward or a certain section would have its own headman or induna.
Besingathanda ke thina ukuthi sengiqeda ukuthi sengathi bekungamane kwenza kubuyele kulezo indawo lezo ukuthi imichachazo nemifula kulungiselele kuyona ngoba uma ngase kwengenziwa kanjalo kuba sengathi kune interest ku a certain party noma ku a certain town. Then ibonakale le ndididisa abantu abafanele baye kovota bebona ne distance seyithanda ukuqhela kubo ibe seyabalimaza sigcine sesilimala thina bosopolitiki ngokuthi abantu bengasezi kuzovota ngoba sebebona sekukude iziteshi zokuvota yiloko ebengithanda ukuveza.
I would like to say in conclusion that we would actually prefer that we go back to the older system, because you may find that when places or areas are demarcated, our people might find that they are now far from places like voting stations, which now has an effect to us as political participants, because now people find it far to go to voting stations.
Ngiyabonga.
Thank you.
Number 2.
Salmon,
Greetings.
uqoqa konke ngoba sinhlanga ezahlukene sithi all protocol observed.
To put it in one concept, because we are different organizations, we usually say all protocol observed.
Igama lami ngumzwakhe Mthembu,
My name is Mzwakhe Mthembu.
ngisuka ngaphasi komzumbe eWard 4.
I come from Ward 4 under Umzumbe.
Kuyishwa nokuthi sizoyixoxa le ndaba ngoba sike sayixoxa ngaphasi kwezinga somphakathi.
It is unfortunate that we are here to discuss this issue, because we have discussed it under the community leadership.
Engakubuza manje ukuthi okuphi kunomehluko thina esikhuluma la okudlula that entire community.
What I would like to ask is, what exactly would be different that would be expected to speak here, which is different than what we actually discussed with the entire community?
Ngoba sazokusho la
Because what we are about to say here,
sisazokusho futhi nesakusho lapha ku entire community ukuthi asifuni ukusiwa lapho sikhonjwa khona noma lapho sifuneka khona.
it's the same thing we told the community, that we do not want to go where we are being taken to.
Ngoba singaphasi komzumbe si Ward 4.
Because as we are under Umzumbe as Ward 4,
Siyacabanga ukuthi thina siphatheke kangcono okunokuthi sihambe siyobheka usathane singamazi.
We
Okunosathane simazi.
feel that we are treated better than going to look for a devil we do not know. We prefer the devil we are used to.
Siphatheke kahle Mzumbe.
We are treated fairly well in Umzumbe,
Rather than ukuthi sihambe siye komunye umasipala singamazi.
rather than going to a new municipality that we are not used to.
Kuhleke namhlanje ngoba singaphansi komkhakha wa COGTA ongicabanga ukuthi uzosizwa kahle.
It's quite good today because we are with COGTA, which I assume will assist quite a lot.
Engifisa ukuthi uCOGTA hambe nezwe elithi thina sithi asifuni ukuya kwamakhelwane.
I would like to give COGTA this message that we do not want to go to the neighbors.
Sibahle sihleli la sihleli khona.
We are quite happy where we are currently.
Siyacela ukuthi sithina sila
We,
futhi nomphakathi wethu esiwumele ungahlukunyezwa.
we there request that as we are here, as well as the community that we represent, they should not be abused.
Ngiyacabanga ukuthi engikhulumela la umphakathi wami uzokujabulela
I do believe that what I'm saying here, my community would be pleased about it.
ngoba wakubeka kwacaca ukuthi awufuni ukuya kwamakhelwane sibahle sihleli la kwasathane esimaziyo.
Because they put it quite clearly that we do not want to go to the neighbors. We are quite happy with the devil that we know.
Akukho kungaphezulu kwaloko engizokusho ke okungumahluko ngaphandle ukuthi sithanda ukuhlala ekhaya.
There's nothing more that I'm going to say besides saying that we like the home we have.
I thank you.
Siyabonga.
Yep.
Number 3.
Sanibona ngibingelele.
Greetings to everyone.
Igama lami nguSiphiwe Shinga from Umdoni under Wild 12.
My name is Spiwe
Shinga.
Shinga from Umdoni in Ward 12.
Angijabuli ukuthi mhlambe ngize ngibone abantu engihlezi ngifisa ukuthi ngithule izithuluzi zami kubona noma mhlambe sifisa ukuthi sithule izithuluzi zethu as umphakathi kubona.
I'm very much grateful because today I have met the people that it has been my wish to meet so that I'll be able to air my grievances to them.
Mhlambe uqale emuva mhlambe umunye umuntu uzosengilanda umlando kodwa mhlambe ubalekile ngoba mhlambe bazowuzwa kahle.
Maybe someone might say I'm just, relating history. But it is important for me to relate this history because the honorable members will have a clear understanding.
As ngishilo ngathi igama lami nguSiphiwe ngizalelwe eMzinto ngakhulela khona.
As I've indicated that my name is Piwe, I was born and bred at Umzinto.
Kuningi esengikubonile kukwenzeka okunye kungenzeki and ngakhula futhi nami ngagcina mhlambe sengifike sengifike khona ngezinto mhlambe abanye abantu abazibona kumina ukuthi mhlambe ngine potential ukuthi ngingakwazi ukuthi uma ngifika eindaweni ezithize ngikwazi ukuthi ngibamele because ngiyakholwa ukuthi njengoba sila akuthina sonke umphakathi osuka eindaweni ezahlukahlukene but umphakathi ukhethe labo bantu obazi ukuthi uzokwazi ukuthi ufike ubamele lapho beya khona.
Through my experience, I've seen a lot happening and some things were not happening. But as I'm here, I think I've got the potential, so I've been chosen to come and represent the people.
Mhlawumbe umunye uzothuka uma ethi umfana omncane kanje usihlalo lapho ehlala khona.
Maybe someone will be surprised that a young man like me is a chairperson from where he comes from.
Bayahle. Ngempela ngiqinisile kodwa okubalekile ukuthi njengoba sila mhlambe angisho ukuthi ngiyajabula kakhulu ukuthi ngize ngizifikele mina mathupha Engangihlezi ukuthi ngikhetha abantu abadala ukuthi bona bayosimela nani nani. Kodwa namhlanje ngize ngayifikela news ngikwazi ukuthi ngirepresent lo.
Yeah, and today I am happy because, it has been my wish to be here. All along we've been choosing elderly people to come and represent us, but today I am personally here.
Siyacela ingxolo noko yehle kwenzela basimve.
May you
Nawe subahlekisa.
May you please reduce the noise levels so that we'll be able to hear what the speaker is saying.
Baba ngicela ukuhlala endabeni mhlambe mina ngihlala emzinto since from 2018 sahlala kuma temporary houses ngikhuluma from Ward 12 and Ward 13 abantu abasuka from Ward 12 and Ward 13 baba kwabantu baka Ward 6 ku Ward 6 wonke wathi uma usuhlokanya abanye abantu bayesonti abanye abantu basala kuma temporary houses but uma kwathi sekuhlukaniswa ngale ndlela ye demarcation angikho ke deep kuyona kodwa ngiyazi kancane ukuthi sahlukaniswa abanye ba Ward 12 and Ward 13 sesindeni abanye abantu bayohlala esonto abanye bahlala kule ndawo lengala kwasesonto from then siyabona ukuthi labantu ababehlaliswe elontuzeni esonti nababa behlaliswe ngala elindelane nasemsholozi nasesokozo babehlaliswe only for uma ngicabanga mhlambe kwakusuka kuzoba o6 months but o6 months usuwaphela baba seku 15 years mhlawumbe uma ngicabanga akekho umuntu oke abacheck maybe mhlambe in 2 years back kwake kwafika abantu abathi bazokwenza
Sinele umkhohleli.
awima yaxolisa.
My problem is that ever since I was staying in that area where I'm staying since 2018, what I've noticed is that in my ward, that is Ward 18.
No, Ward
or
12.
Ward 12. There are people who are from other wards who were brought there, to stay there temporarily for a period of 6 months or 9 months. But to my surprise, those people have stayed there for almost 15 years now.
Yebo baba. Kuze kube manje akekho umuntu mhlambe okafiki azobabheka ukuthi baphila kanjani. Okunye bake kwafika abantu
Up to now, no one has ever came just to check as to how they survive.
okusididayo ke kakhulu kwathiwa labantu abahlala esonti laba abahlala elindelani nasemsholozi basazosuka bakhelwe izindlu esonti kuze kuyimanje koze bakhele.
Now, what is confusing us is that people from Sonti and Sholozi have been promised houses, but up to today, those houses have not yet been built.
Logo kwakuzoba phase 2 wasesonti kukhona phase 1 wasesonti.
That was going to be phase 2 of Sonti, as there is phase 1 of Sonti.
Mhlonishwa ngixolisa ukuthi mhlambe ngidle isikhathi eside kuningi engade ngisengakusho kodwa ngiyazi ukuthi umphakathi la sibaningi basabaningi abasafisa ukubusha. Ngizocela ukuthi mhlambe ngime lapho nje ukuthi siyacela ukuthi nisinake sabantu base Ward 12 under umdoli.
Chairperson, thank you for the opportunity. There's a lot that I want to say, but unfortunately, due to time constraints, I'm unable to say everything that I want to say. But my request is that please take care of us as residents of Ward 12. Thank you.
Number 4.
Ngicela ukubingelela umhlangano ngiphinde ngibingelele nawo wonke abamembers eParliament.
I would like to greet the meeting as well as the members of parliament.
Igama lami ngubuyani ngoWangcobo ngisuka eMdoni municipality under 18.
My name is Buyan Ngobo from Umdoni Municipality, Ward 30.
Ward 8.
Or 8.
Ngicela nje ukubonga kakhulu iresponse swathi the grievances of the of the communities with regard to the demarcation of the areas in our municipalities.
Ngicela ukubonga ke izimpendulo ezivezwe ezinkingeni eziphakanyiswe umphakathi wethu mayelana ke nokukhanywa kwemingcele okanye ke amawadi emphakathini yethu.
Lokho kuyasithembisa futhi ukuthi and futhi kuyasibonisa ukuthi umphakathi nawo nayekela futhi niyawuthanda.
That shows us that it gives us hope and also shows us that you care and love the community.
Ngicela ukukhomenta kakhulu usually in the past with regard to the demarcation of to the change of demarcation of land. It is usually the reason for the change of the demarcation. It was usually okay. It was usually motivated by political motions.
Ngicela ukuveza ukuthi ke ekuphambilini bekukhona ukuthi uma kukhanywa imingcele bekuvame ukuthi ke kube ukuthi kugqugquzelwa kakhulu ezopolitiko.
And usually lokho bekwenzeka usually every after 5 years or during the election times.
Lokho bekwenzeka kakhulu mhlawumbe ke emveni kweminyaka emihlanu okanye ke ikakhulukazi ngezikhathi zokhetho.
Lokho ke engichaza manje ngichazela ephuzweni engilandela lona to the given time of change of demarcation.
I am speaking on this because I'm looking at the time frame set for the changing of demarcation.
Yeah, mina ngokubona kwami ngibona ngathi isikhathi esincane because is give inikeza ithuba futhi lo sompolitiki ukuthi isikhathi esincane since.
According to me, I feel like the time is limiting.
Bekungangcono at least kube u15 years because lokho kulimisa izinkinga.
It would be better if it was 15 years because that would actually limit a problematic situation.
Because kahle kahle lokho kuzobe kusho ukuthi inkinga nizobana like also politiki if they wish to do any change bazoba nesikhathi eside.
Because that would mean if politicians want to implement some changes, they would have a longer period of time to do so.
Yeah, and then again, ngicela comment on the new panel to be elected.
Ngicela ke futhi ukuthi ngiphinde ke ngibeke uvo lwami kule panel entsha ezoqokwa.
Bengicela ukuthi ipanel ibe ingabi politically motivated le ezoqokwa.
I would request that the panel to be elected should not be politically motivated. That would be all I would request. Thank you.
Sicela ubhuti olandelayo.
Okay. Asibingelele kwizihambeli zethu.
Let us greet our visitors.
Igama uSicelo wakaXolo.
My name is Sicelo Xolo.
Ophuma kuwa 29 Andore Inkonyeni.
From Ward 29 under Ray Nkonyeni.
Samukele kakhulu ukhanjelwa iPortfolio Committee.
We are very thankful for having the Portfolio Committee to come and visit us.
Kodwa sihlalo mhlambe kuyabonakala ukuthi iPortfolio Committee isana responsibility enkulu kakhulu ekuthenini njengama stakeholders noma siwumphakathi is empowerishe.
But Chair, it is quite clear that the Portfolio Committee still has quite a huge responsibility in terms of stakeholders as well as the community in terms of empowerment.
Si empowerishe so that uma sifika to such platforms sibe nama meaningful contributions that we are going to table to this body.
Siqeqeshwe ke ukuthi masifika sithola amathuba afana nalawa sikwazi ukuthi ke imbono yethu esifakayo kube into ezwakalayo.
Because the understanding on this side is that the communities are here to submit the challenges that they are facing on their wards, and yet here is the tabulation of the bill.
Ngoba ke esiqondayo thina ukuthi ke umphakathi uze lapha ukuzokwethula izinkinga obhekana nazo lapha emawadini awo abahlala khona, kodwa mase sifika la sesithola ukuthi cha ingathi kunomthetho sivivinyo okukhulunywa ngawo la.
Hence, now and again, we'll hear people raising the issues of service delivery, and people coming here declaring that they are the chairpersons of their communities, which does not assist this body.
Ingakho ke nizokuzwa umuntu mayefika lapha afike ke aveze inkinga ababhekene nazo baphinde baveze ukuthi bangosihlalo bamakomiti okungasiza ngalutho ke la.
We welcome the date that on the 29th of August, if I'm not mistaken, we are still able to submit our submissions.
Siyakwemukela ukuthi ke uma ngingaphazami ngomhla ka 29 August sizobe salinikiwe ithuba kuze kube umhla ka 29 August ukuthi sifake ke iziphakamiso okanye izethulo zethu.
Kodwa ngiyafisa sihlalo nethimba lakho ukugcizelela ukuthi kwenzela ukuthi sibe yisizwe esinezwi einhlelweni zikahulumeni masiakhiwe kwenzela ukuthi uma sifika kulezi zinhlaka sikwazi ukuthi sethule izethulo ezifanelekileyo siwumphakathi nezinhlaka ezimela umphakathi.
But I would emphasize, Chair, as well as your committee, that as the community, we should be empowered so that when we get to such instances or platforms like this, we would make meaningful contributions.
Sengihlala phansi ngifisa ukuveza nje iphuzu ubabungcungama isikhulumi sokuqala ke wasithinta.
In conclusion, I would like to touch on a point the first speaker, Mr. Ngungama, spoke to.
Ofisi ngiyabuka mhlambe na kwibill iya highlighteka yokuthi siyacela ukuthi
In that I can see even on the bill that it's highlighted that we are requesting that.
siyacela ukuthi ibill nakhona it takes to consideration indawo lezi ezingaphansi kwamakhosi.
That the bill takes into consideration land or areas that are under traditional leadership.
Ngoba kaningi uthola ukuthi lezi indawo ziba namawadi abanzi kakhulu okugcina sekuaffecta i-service delivery emphakathini yakithi esiphila kuyona.
Because it is usual that you find that these areas have wards which are quite vast or wide, which ends up impacting service delivery.
Isikhathi sika 10 years siyasamukela.
We also accept
Ngokushintsha
the
kwama-
period
demarcation.
of 10 years in terms of the changing of the demarcations.
Siyabonga.
Thank you.
Next speaker.
Very short. Sanbonani, good morning and welcome and good morning to the members of the committee, the honorable members.
Ngiyanibingelela nonke, ngibingelele namalunga ahloniphekile.
As an opening, I'd just like to say thank you for the opportunity to make comment.
Okokuqala nje ngithanda ukubonga lethuba lokuthi nami ngize ngizophawula lapha.
My name is Edwin Bapti. I am currently 66 years old and I live in the Umdoni municipality, have done for the last 60 years.
Igama lami ke ngu Edwin.
Edwin Bapti.
Edwin Bapti ngineminyaka ewu-66.
I am familiar with the Ugu territory, all four municipalities.
Ngijwayeleke le ndawo yalapha kule ndawo ibizwa ukuthi Ugu.
I served 5 terms as a councillor in Umdoni, 3 of them as a ward councillor and 2 as a PR.
Sengicishe ngibambe iminyaka emihlanu njengekhansela, emithathu ke bengiyi-PR, kanti ke emibili yona bengiyi uthe yini?
PR.
The PR. Okay.
I make that point because I have been through demarcation processes many times and made submissions to the board.
Ngisho lokho ngoba ke sengike ngaba khona kule committee ke eliklama imingcele.
I'm therefore familiar with some of the shortcomings over the years in terms of political influence, transparency and communication challenges.
Sengujwayeleke ukwenzekayo laphayana uma kuklanywa imingcele mayelana ke negalelo lezepolitiki.
At present, there's a demarcation process underway in this area, and I think you will find that this morning there is quite a lot of confusion amongst some of the attendees here that this is part of the demarcation process. And I just would like the committee to understand that.
Okwamanje ke engifuna ukuthi committee liqonde ukuthi sikhuluma nje khona uhlelo lwenziwayo olukhuluma ngezokuklama indawo. Manje uzolokuzwa ke umphakathi loku uphawula ngayo le ndaba yokuklanywa kwemingcele.
Coming to the bill itself, the composition of the bill, what I'm requesting is that the terminology or the wording be amended to broadly reflect the composition of South African society.
Uma siza kulomthethosivivinyo bengicela ke ukuthi lo mthethosivivinyo phela awuke uwenze ukuthi cishe wonke umuntu noma uhlobo lwabantu abakhona la eSouth Africa balibambe iqhaza kulomthethosivivinyo.
In terms of persons who should be excluded, the submission I'm making is that persons who have held political office in the past and who currently hold positions within a political party.
Ebantwini ke kungafanelanga babe ingxenye yale committee mina engiphakamisayo ukuthi labo akade baba nezikhundla ngaphambilini kwezepolitiki akufanelanga babe ingxenye yale committee nalabo futhi abake baba amalunga eboard naba kufanelanga balibambe iqhaza.
In terms of the selection process, that a parliamentary process be introduced.
Nohlelo ke ekumele lilandelwe bengithi ke kufanele kulandelwe uhlelo noma kwethule uhlelo lusha lwaseParliament.
To build on transparency, that the authority be compelled to make publicly known the criteria within its decision making.
Ukuze ke yonke into ivulekele konke kube sobala besicela ukuthi ke le committee nalo lingafihli lutho liveze yonke into obala.
In terms of vacancies, that they be filled through a re-advertising process rather than what has been proposed.
Uma ke kukhulunywa ngendlela yokuvala izikhala zemsebenzi besicela ukuthi ke imisebenzi phela ay advertisewe ukuze wonke umuntu azothola ithuba lokufaka izicelo.
In terms of establishment of committees, that there be some detailed guidelines around this so as not to allow the authority to become conflicted with too many of these committees.
Mayelana ke nendlela ekufanele iqokwe ngayo le committee sicela ukuthi nayo ivuleleke ukuze phela le committee lingazithuli nalo selididekile ukuthi yini ekufanele ilandelwe.
In terms of disclosure of board members, that their political party membership or position be made known.
Mayelana ke nokuthi amalunga eParliament kufanele aveze konke ukuthi wona awubanayo weliphi iqembu konke lokho akuvele lokho esingathi ke disclosure.
In terms of the influence of national policy, that it should not play a role, it takes away from the independence of the local authorities.
Mayelana ke nokuzimela sicela ukuthi ke le authority ngempela izimele inganciki kwezinye izinto.
In terms of appeals, that the period for appeals be extended to 9 months to allow public participation.
Mayelana ke nezikhalo besicela ukuthi ke uma ngabe isikhalo sifakiwe leso sikhathi asilulwe sibe yinyanga eziyisishiyagalolunye ukuze ke umphakathi nawo uzobamba iqhaza.
That the appointment and interview process for the appeal authority be made more comprehensive.
Nokuthi ke konke lokho kuzobe noma lo msebenzi ozobe wenziwa yile independent authority kumele ke kuvuleleke ukuze wonke umuntu azoqonda ukuthi kwenzakalani lapha.
And in closing, that the implications of spluma within the appeal authority's consideration be clearly laid out.
Nokuthi ke phela singakhohle ukuthi kunespluma nayo kufanele ke icaciswe kahle ukuthi ke kwenzakalani mayelana ke nalomthethosivivinyo.
Thank you.
Ngiyabonga kakhulu.
Sanbonan.
Greetings.
Ngibingelele izivakashi zethu.
Let me greet our visitors.
Igama lami uGudwan Vushibe. Ngaphansi kamasipala oRenkonyeni kuWard 20.
My name is Gutwan Sishibe from Ward 20 in Renkonyeni municipality.
Angizuba mude, ngizoba mfushane.
I will not be long, I'll be quite short.
Ngizothanda nje ukubonga ukuthi abafowethu bakwazile ukuthi basivakashele. Bathi nginakho okay.
I would like to say thank you to the committee for having taken time to come and visit us.
Okay. Ngithi angicoshe leli thuba. Angizuba mude, but nginezinto la ama consent awu 3.
I think I should just take this opportunity. I will not be long. I only have about 3 concerns.
Kunalem eyama cluster engicabanga ukuthi mhlambe abafowethu bazokwazi ukuthi bayisebenze ngendlela esingekho happy ukudwetshwa komngcele kwama-cluster.
There's the issue of clusters, which I think maybe it should be reconsidered because we are not happy about the demarcation of such clusters.
Kule yama-cluster ngizothi nje kancane ukwenza lokho ukuthi singahambisani nalendlela uChairperson kade esho ngayo bona beze ngokuthi bazokwazi ukuthi benze izimfuno zethu but emazingeni aphansi sithola ukuthi sinako ukucindezeleka ngokwama-cluster.
What made me say that is that as the way the chairperson approached it, they said they want us to be involved in what happens, but at the lower levels, we feel oppressed as clusters.
Isibonelo nje ngokuthi i-cluster njengayaso uzothi eyaso Shabeni uthi siku cluster 6.
For an example, cluster 6 at Oshabeni.
Uzothi ucluster 6 uhlanganise idolobha wazohlanganisa imichisini then lokho kusicindezela la ekutheni ukuthi sikwazi ukukhuluma singakhulumi ilanguage eyodwa ngokwe-cluster.
Cluster 6 combines a town and Machiseni, which sort of like creates a position where we do not speak the same language as a cluster.
Ngidlule lapho ngize kule eyama-ward.
From there, I will go to the issues of wards.
Kule eyama-ward kukunento ethi i-ward iyakwazi ukuthi ingenelele kwenye i-ward kodwa manje okay.
On the ward issue, it is said that a ward can actually intervene or go into another ward, but
into enzekalayo thina sisuke sideliver i-development kuhlukaniswa ngalesikhathi sekuvesane sekuthola ukuthi i-budget izosisha uma nithatha nina nithi le ward isizingenela kwenye i-ward ngokwe-budget senifika ngale sekuthiwa no anikwazi ukungenela,
which creates a problem for us as people who bring development in terms of budgetary constraints, because when you another ward goes into another ward, you find that they are not allowed to do so.
Okugcina iloko bengifuna ukubuza ukuthi ingabe NCPO ingabe before isazobuyela yini ngithina njengoba esho usihlalo ukuthi isazosayina umongameli ingabe mhlambe isazobuyela ngithina.
Lastly, I'm assuming he meant the NCOP, that will it still come back to them, the community to as the chair said, the bill still has to be signed, but will the NCOP still come back to us? Thank you.
Masibonge kumjikelo oqala.
Thank you for the first round.
Intambo seyiphethwe yimo kwamanje.
I am in charge now.
Ngaphandle ukuthi ngithathe ezinye izandla ngicela nje ukucacisa lokho.
Before I take other hands, I would just like to clarify this.
Uhlelo lokuqanya kwemingcele yomasipala luyaqhubeka.
The program of municipal demarcations is continuing.
Luqhubeka ngaphansi kwebhodi elibizwa ngokuthi i-Municipal Demarcation Board.
It is continuing under a board called the Municipal Demarcation Board.
Thina siyikomiti yeParliament.
We are specifically a parliamentary committee.
Silethe umthetho sivivinywa.
We are here to bring a bill to you.
Asimelanga ikomiti ye-Municipal Demarcation Board.
We
Shaya umthetho.
We are not representing the Municipal Demarcation Board. We are actually here to enact a law.
Le komiti ithemu yalo ayikapheli, uhlelo luyaqhubeka.
That committee's term has not yet ended, so then the program is still continuing.
Ngakho ke ezinye zeziphakamiso zenu nisazothola ithuba lokuthi nizithule phambi kwebhodi elibizwa ngokuthi i-Municipal Demarcation Board.
Therefore, you will still get another chance to make submissions to the board, being the Municipal Demarcation Board.
Okwethu njengoba bese ngishilo yilo mthetho sivivinywa sizolalela nina niwumphakathi nisitshele ukuthi niyaweseka noma cha lo mthetho sivivinyo.
Ours, as we have stated, is we are here to listen to you, to get from you whether you support or you do not support this bill.
Okwesibili ingabe zikhona izinto enicabanga ukuthi nifuna zifakwe noma zisuswe kulo mthetho sivivinyo nezizathu.
Secondly, it would be, are the things or are the issues that you feel should be removed or should be added into the bill, and also reasons for such.
Kodwa ke njengezishaya mthetho simele abantu asizonqanda uma niphakamisa inkinga ezidla umzi.
But as legislators who represent people, we are not going to stop you if you raise issues which are burning within the communities.
Kodwa okusemqoka ilo mthetho sivivinyo.
But what is important is the actual bill that we are here for today.
Ngicela ke ngiphinde ngithathe izandla ezilishumi.
Let me also get another round of 10 hands.
Umama oqala iza ngaphambili. Uzoba ngowesibili mama wena ogqoke okumnyama olaqazayo owesithathu sisi yebo. Owesine. Owesihlanu mama. Isithupha. Uyisikhombisa number 7. Uyisishiyagalombini. Base khona abanye mama sishiyagalolunye. Lapho emuva ijacket egrey uzoba oweshumi. Zisekhona ezinye izandla. Shumi nanye. Sivale izandla engiziphakamisile ziyishumi nanye phecelezi 11. Owokuqala angaqhubeka.
Sanibonani.
Greetings.
Ngibonge ngibingelele abahlonishwa bonke abangaphakathi.
Thank you for the opportunity. Let me greet all the honorable members in the house.
Sibonge nanokuvakashelwa iParliament namhlanje.
Let us also appreciate to be visited by Parliament today.
Igama lami nguBuyisile Mthembu ngiphuma eWard 4.
My name is Buyisile Mthembu. I am from Ward 4
eMzumbe.
At Mzumbe.
Ngiyakuzwa ukuthi uzama ukuyivikela.
I can hear that you are trying to protect yourself.
Ukuthi namhlanje nizofuna ukuthi sisho ukuthi siyawuvuma lo mthetho noma asiwuvumi.
That you expect us to say whether we support the bill or we don't support it.
Ake ngiqale ngami njengobuyisile Mthembu angiwuvumi nje sengufundile.
Let me start by saying as Buyisile Mthembu that I do not support the bill.
Ngiward 4 sinenkinga kamakhelwane ukuthi kuthiwa sike kamakhelwane.
At Ward 4 we've got a problem that we are told that we should move to our neighbor.
Umbuzo wami uthi ungakwazi yini ukusuka kini kufudumele uye emakhelwane ubone ukuthi kunendlala.
My question is, can one move from one's home where one feels warmth and go to the neighbor where there's hunger?
Umasipala wethu umasipala omncane kodwa usinikeza konke esikudingayo.
Our municipality is a very small municipality, but it provides us with all the services that we need.
Umasipala ekuthiwa siye kona su Ward 4 awunawo ngisho amanzi uno round nje ofaka amathanki engazi usuke kuzophuza ini.
Our municipality is able to provide us with water, but the municipality that they are sending us to doesn't even have water. It has got just, tanks. I don't know what people are going to drink there.
Even association, tax association, ukhala ngokuthi lo masipala ekuthiwa asiyekuwona, bona bazobulawa indlela ngoba basizakala ngale kulo masipala ekuthiwa asiyekuwona, basizakala mangabe kuthiwa basemzumbe.
Even the taxi association is aggrieved by the fact that they must go to the next municipalities, because when they go to that municipality, they won't, make any profit, but Mzumbe municipality is benefiting them financially.
Sicela uma kufika laba be demarcation bakwazi ukuthi uma ngabe bezokama baqale kuthina somphakathi ngoba asifuni indaba ze-strike, sifuna ukuba khona ukuthula nje emphakathini.
Our request is that when the Demarcation Board comes, we request that the Demarcation Board should consult us first, because we don't want to strike. We believe in peace.
La kuthiwa siyekhona umphakathi wakhona ukhamanze wadini yethu uyosiza umphakathi wangakhona ngoba banawo even amanzi thina sine-10 pipe emzumbe.
They are referring us to another ward where there is no water. The community from that area comes to our ward to fetch water. We have water in our stands.
Uxolo mama bengisacela mphakathi wakithi sehlise izinga lomsindo. Ubaba lapho nejacket ebrown baba ayabona kangizwa nokungizwa.
May you please reduce the noise levels?
Kudala ngikubiza baba cha inkulumo yakho hayi iyashisa ngicela sehlise izinga lomsindo umama simnike irespect ayideservayo akwazi ukuthi akhulume naye akhulekile angacompete nabantu abahleli phansi ngiyabonga.
Kukhona okuphawulwe omunye umkhulume kade la ngaphambili.
There's something that was mentioned by one of the speakers.
Ekhala ngokuthi i-demarcation ihlukumeza ngalendlela ukuthi uthola ukuthi even ama-VDs agqana kakhulu uthola ukuthi abantu abasayi ngisho nakovota ngenxa yokuthi babona ukuthi sebekude kakhulu.
That speaker indicated that the issue of demarcation is disturbing in such a way that even the voting stations end up being far from them.
Tina sibona sizoshayeka entweni eziningi ngoba even ama-department o home affairs no sasa sibona sizohlukumezeka kakhulu bona ngoba sobe sizohlukaniseka nabo.
Once there's new demarcation, we think that we are going to be affected very much badly because, offices like Home Affairs and SASA, they might be far away from us.
Sengigcina nje ngifuna ukuthi sicela singahlukumezwa siwumphakathi wase Ward 4. Sicela ukuhlala emzumbe noma umzumbe umasipala wethu omncane kodwa sikuthola konke sikudingayo ngiyabonga.
In closing, I want to say that we want to remain in Mzumbe because in Mzumbe we get all what we want. Thank you very much.
Number 2.
Ngibonga ithuba. Unozipho owakamchunu kaWard 4.
Thank you for the opportunity. My name is Nozipho Mchunu from Ward 4 at Umzumbe.
Ngicela usondele ngasemikini sisi ungasabi.
Yebo. Ophuma kweVD yaseBhekameva.
I come from the Begameva VD.
Yebo, nami ngithunyiwe abantu abasha base Ward 4 eMzumbe.
I have also been sent by the youth from Ward 4 at Umzumbe.
Yebo, bangithumile abantu abasha ukuthi angibadlulisele umyalezo ukuthi nabo beyabantu abasha abafisa ukuthi bayiswe eBhlebezwe ba right besemzumbe.
The youth of Ward 4 sent me to give you the message that they do not wish to be taken to another ward. They are happy where they are under Umzumbe.
Banezizathu ke zokusho lokho. Okokuqala akaze babone into eyenziwa ubuhlebezwe elakhi imicimbi njengoba mina ngisemngceleni waseBhlebezwe.
They have reasons for that. Firstly, they have never seen anything that happens from Ubuhlebezwe, things like ceremonies or recreational activities. As I am on the border of the Ubuhlebezwe,
Yebo kuthiwa angidluliseke ukuthi umzumbe abantu abasha baka Ward 4 abathandi ukuya eBhlebezwe ba right besemzumbe nje kanjalo.
the message I was instructed to give through is that the youth of Ward 4 do not want to go to Ubuhlebezwe. They are happy at Umzumbe.
Yebo ngibonga.
Thank you.
Sanibonani, igama lami ngu-Ayanda ngwakamncibi, ngiphuma e-Ward 4 eMzumbe.
Greetings, my name is Ayanda Mnibi. I'm from Ward 4 Umzumbe.
Ngisukuma nokubingelela ubaba umeya ngenhlanhla ngiyambona ngoba ngiyamazi.
I would like to specifically greet the mayor.
Ukhansela uBongani Nyusu.
Luckily, I can see him because I know him, Mr. Bongani, Councillor Bongani Nyusu.
Ngibingelele nomama Khanyase ngiyambona.
Also, greet Mam Kanyase as I can see
Ngibingelele
her.
umama Londolo Zungu ngiyababona abaholi bami engibaziyo.
Also, greet Mam Londolo Zungu. I see my leaders.
Ngilanje njengomhlali waseMzumbe Ward 4.
I am here as a resident of Umzumbe Ward 4.
Abazali bami ngenhlanhla bakhe kona lo masipala.
Luckily, my parents as well are residents of the same municipality.
Ngizwakalisa ukubonga kumasipala waseMzumbe.
I would like to pass my regards or my thanks to the Mzumbe municipality.
Sinako konke.
We have everything.
Asiceli nje ukuya kamakhelwane siyabonga.
We do not want to go to the neighbors. Thank you.
Umasipala waseMzumbe abaholi abakhethwe yithina siyabazi.
The municipality from Umzumbe are leaders that were elected by us. We
Siyazi
know them.
ngenhlanhla nemizi yabo.
Luckily, we also know where they live.
Angikwazi ukuyohlala emzini womuntu ngiyoba umakoti.
I cannot go and live in somebody's house like a daughter-in-law.
Sinako konke. Asiceli lutho.
We have
Umakhelwane uhambe uyofuna abangenalutho ngoba thina sinako konke.
We have everything. We do not need for anything. The neighbors must go look for people who are short of things because we
Le
have
VD
everything.
abayifunayo uphungashe VD.
The VD that they are after, Begupungashe VD,
Inedamu.
it has a dam.
Inawo wonke ama-government departments la abafuna abangenawo.
It has all the government departments that they are after because they do not have them.
Ina 1,900 voters kuleya VD.
There are 1,900 voters in that voting district.
Sinama VD awu 7.
We have 7 VDs.
Esingakucela kunini ukuthi nisakhele uWard 21 noWard 22 hayi kusihlephula.
What we could request from you is that you build Ward 21 and Ward 22, not to break us apart. We
Sibonge
are
kakhulu bandla banonana abanye hayi thina.
fine. We are happy, go and try and get others, not us.
Oh, uzinhlendimeni kuyona. Okay, thank you. Oh, uzinhlendimeni lo ome phambi kwenu
In front of
ngibingelela
you
nonke.
is Zweni.
Uzinhlendimeni. From Ward 21,
Ophuma ke Ward 21
cluster 4.
under cluster 4.
5, sorry.
Oh, ngaphansi kwe cluster 5.
Yes. Mina ngizokusho ngokwebill
What I'm going to say in connection with the bill,
on behalf of sector ya LGBTI
ngaphansi kwe sector LGBTI,
eyakhiwa ucivil society.
which was built by the civil society.
Ngicela ibe inclusive ibill yethu.
I request that our bill should be inclusive.
When I say ibe inclusive, ngibukile kancane ngaba iphutha mhlambe ngaba ngimele ukuthi mhlambe libuye correct uma kuukuthi angibonanga kahle.
When I say I've looked at it, I've just looked at it a little bit. It would be, a mistake because I did not have enough time to look at it.
Yes, kuye kube kuhle ukuthi uma uthola i-platform ekanje uzi-express according to idlanzana labantu that all representayo. Because ngi-advocatela amalungelo abo and everything in here in Ugu.
It is nice if one gets the opportunity of, reading the bill. It would have assisted me because I'm an advocate for the LGBTI people in this Ugu district.
Yes, angazi noma timing yini eyenza ukuthi sithinteke mangabe kufika isimo esikanje like oma demarcation. Angazi ke kodwa ukuthi mhlambe isiphi isikhathi esingaba right ngoba sisuke nathi sesinama budget that will accommodate izindawo ezithile esisuke sizosebenzela kuzona as ama organization as well. I'm sorry.
I'm not sure whether it is the issue of time that is affecting us, but there are a number of factors such as budgets that affect us because we also have to take into consideration the issue of budgeting and the issue of time as well.
Yes, since sama organization at the same time siseva kulezo zindawo lezo. So yiloko engakusho inclusivity in the bill.
Bengicabanga ukuthi ke kulomthethosivivinyo kufanele kube ne-inclusivity.
Yes, iloko. And then when I come back kuyinto ye demarcation, let's say njengoba besho nozakwethu ukuthi kade siku Ward 21 ngenze example sesiyahamba siya ku Ward 23 sicela ukuhamba nezinto phela ebese sibaliwe nathi lapho kule ward bese sikuyona mase sihamba sihambe nokwethu nama Israel ahamba nokwabo. Yabo.
When it comes to demarcation, my request or my proposal is that, for an example, since we are in Ward 21, if we are moved to Ward 23, may we go as well with all our resources as the Israelites left with their things as well. Thank you.
Angibingelele uqaphela kwaMavundla ku Ward 24 under Zwelihle VD.
Let me greet. My name is Kapela Mavundla from Ward 24
Ngaphansi kweZwelihle VD.
under Zwelihle VD.
No, ngibonge ngingalibazisi mina bengocela ukuthi if ukuthi khona umthetho sisekelo ozokwenzeka kubalekile ukuthi abantu labo basemakhaya since ke thina siqhamuke endaweni zasemakhaya banikwe ithuba nabo ukuthi bakwazi ukuparticipate.
Let me just not waste time. I would like to suggest that if there is a bill that is going to be happening, it is important that the people from rural areas, since we come from rural areas, we should also be given a chance to participate.
Isizathu esidala ukuthi ngisho lokho mhlambe 2010 mina ngihlala kule ndawo kuthiwa iseBhethane satshelwa ukuthi iward yethu ayisewona Ward 25 seyizoba Ward 3.
What makes me say that is that in 2010, we were told that our ward was no longer going to be Ward
25 seyizoba Ward 3.
Or it was no longer going to be Ward 25, but it would be Ward 3.
Futhi sasingeve sitshela ngokwama rumors sathi masuke questiona kwangaphendulwa.
In actual fact, we were not being told. It was just rumors. When we questioned the said rumors, we did not get answers.
Kwathi ke sekuzu 2016 kwa ukuthi sesi under sesishintshile proud sesu Ward 3 but akukho la kwahlala khona, there are no records and akukho la ukuthi kunento ephathekayo ukuthi kwakhulunywa.
Around 2016, we had actually been changed to Ward 3, but there were no prior consultations, there were no records that this issue had actually been discussed.
So mhlawumbe umuntu engalibazisi nje mina bengocela ukuthi mase ikhulunyiwe ke kodwa ingaqedwa la akiwe emphakathini kungawe ingapheleli la kovungu ngoba njalo hleli sixoxa levungu kodwa mase ubuyela ngasekhaya kuzothiwa uyithathe iphile bowuyivuma uhleli nobani.
In conclusion, I'd like to say that after it's all been said here, it should not just end here at Uvongo. It should go back to the communities because when you go back to the community and you start speaking about this same issue, they'd be like asking you, where did you get such information from?
So umuntu benesicelo ukuthi mhlawumbe mawuthi izofinalize noma ngalo umhla ka29 mhlawumbe mina ngezwanga kahle August kodwa kube ukuthi ngaloso sikhathi sebeyile indawo zasemakhaya so that we can have records ngoba igcina ngokukhulunywa kanje if kuthiwa ikenzeke emawadini bangangiprovide nge evidence ukuthi consultation ikeyenziwe kuma rural areas ngiyabonga.
I would also like to say that before it is finalized, it would have to go back to the rural areas and also the homesteads because if I heard correctly, the date was the 29th, but we would also like to have evidence or records that this consultation was also taken to the actual communities. Thank you.
Angibingelele
Greetings to my entire leadership.
Ngiphinde ngibingelele umphakathi wonke nje izakhamizi zaseMzumbe nakwezinye indawo.
Let me greet the community of Mzumbe and people from different areas.
Mina ke ngisalwazi sala eMzumbe.
As an old lady from Mzumbe.
Ngimele iward 4 ePhungashe ngimele uSinamuva VD.
I am representing Ward 4 at Pungashe and Sinamuva VD.
Angizokhuluma kakhulu ke ngamabhili lawa.
I'm not going to say a lot about the bill.
Ngizokhuluma kakhulu ngawo kodwa ngisukumela nje ukuthi ngisakhamuzi saseMzumbe lapha ka Ward 4 ngigugile manje ngifunde khona o first years ngama kwangekho crash ngekhathi zethu simile nje lapha sile ya ward siqale sa Ward 3 kwathi dukudukuduku sasithuka sesingasazazi so Ward 4 kuyimanje mesayina esiza likwazi siyesigcine sesikhohliwe sasayina Ward 3 kanti sesu Ward 4 iyasiphazamisa kakhulu ke thina leyo nto esisiza likwazi.
As an old lady, I grew up in Mzumbe. We find ourselves, being confused. Now we end up signing as Ward 3, and yet we were never told that we belong to Ward 3. This thing is confusing us as elderly people.
Ngifuna ke ukuhlala la siza likwazi ngithunyiwe izona ziyakhala kakhulu ngalokuthi thina sesisoya lapha yana sibonile ngaphesheya komakhelwane bethu yenzeka lento enithi demarcation iward yashintsha kwenye iward ngaphesheya lapha eMzumbe kuyimanje baxakekile bafisa ukubuyela back leba bekhona abakwazi ukubuyela so ke thina singavuma kanjani ukuthi kuthiwe thina singaya lapha ya kuleya ndawo le esibonayo ukuthi inkinga kuthina thina uMzumbe wethu uyasisiza sinako konke if usefuna sikufunayo kuleduzane ikole zileduzane abahloli beleduzane ama clinics aleduzane abalimi baleduzane lapha yamina mengiyakhona manje ngisazofike ngisangane kakhulu angiyazi kwa mayor yakhona angazi kwa office la khona angazi kwa ukuthi ufuna ngikhulume nobani ngifuna ukwazi okokuqala ukuthi uma mina ngase ngivuma ukuthi ngiyalapha lokho bese ngikunikeze uMzumbe ngala ngizokwenza njani ngiyakushiya noma ngihamba nako bazalwane siyabonga asithandi ukuya lapha kuyahlushekwa lapha kunqanyulwa imoba kunamaplazi abantu bamaplazi babuye bagweve namaplazi abo baxakekile abantu balapha so omakhelwane nabo siyabazi baxakekile silunge sile Mzumbe siqoleleni ukuthi abasixolele.
I just want to emphasize something. I am representing the elderly. We find it difficult to be taken to our neighbors We are used to Mzumbe. At Mzumbe, we've got all the amenities that we want. But now, if they want us to go to another place, in that place, people are suffering. We cannot go to that place where there's a shortage of amenities. We want to remain at Mzumbe where we've got everything. Can you please assist us? We don't want to go to that place that has got no amenities at all. Thank you.
Ngiyabonga, siyabonga, asinga
Celo landelayo.
Siyanibingelela nonke endlini.
Greetings to everyone in the house.
Okhulumayo uNkululeko wakwambuyisa ward councillor wase Ward 7 eReinkonyeni.
Speaking is Nkululeko Mboyisa, Ward Councillor of Ward 7 at Reinkonyeni.
Asilibonge kakhulu leli thuba esilinikezwa iCommittee.
Let us appreciate this opportunity being given to us by the committee.
Bengifisa nje ukuphakamisa amaphuzu amabili.
I would just like to raise two points.
Elokuqala elisikhalazo mhlawumbe ngathi sililo.
The first one would be a complaint.
Lokuthi ibill nesummary yayo siyithole la masingena eminyango.
The fact that the bill as well as its summary we only receive at the door when we come in.
Bese kulindele ukuthi masenze izethulo noma imbono.
And we are then expected to make submissions on it.
Angicabangi ukuthi nali iCommittee lingaphikisana nami uma lithi imbono esizoyifaka la ayiphelele futhi ayicatshangiwe kahle.
I do not think the committee itself would disagree with me when if I were to say the views or the points that we are going to raise here are not complete and they were not well thought out.
Mhlawumbe sithombe uma kungesimina ngedwa noma abaningi ebesinaso singena lapha eminyango sihlukile kakhulu kunokwenzekile endlini ngaphakathi.
I think the picture that we carried, it might not just be, it might be me, or most of us. The picture that we had when we came in is actually very different to what is actually happening in here.
Isimemo nje sasithi kuzokhulunywa ngedemarcation.
The invitation only stated that we were to discuss demarcation.
Bengizocela ke mina ukuthi mhlawumbe ngaphambi kokuthi ibill ibe umthetho.
I would request then that maybe before the bill becomes an actual act,
asitholi ithuba kunezakhiwo zomphakathi usukuma sakhe ama war room ama ward committees zonke lezo zakhiwo zomphakathi aziyitholi workshop kule bill.
We should be given opportunities. There are community development centers, sukuma sakhe, war rooms. They should be given training on this bill.
Kusemva kwaloko ke la khona siyokwazi ukuthi nathi simphakathi sizicabange bese senza imibono nezethulo kuyona ibill.
It would be after that we as the community would be able then to make sort of like well thought out opinions and our views on this very bill.
Okwesibili nokungokugcina.
Secondly and lastly,
sicela ukuthi ingabikho into ekuthiwa ifinal ngaphambi kokuthi kwenzeke lezi zinto ezingenhle sengizicelile.
We request that there shouldn't be any finality on anything before the requests that I've just made here are met.
Ngiyabonga.
Thank you.
Sicela ulandelayo.
Sanibonani.
Greetings.
Ngibingelela wonke umhlangano nabangemva kwami abangabalekile kulomhlangano.
I greet everyone, even those who are behind me, who are not important but are in our midst.
uma ngithi ababalekile ngibona bengabalekile ngoba kune bill eseyivele seyidraftiwe kodwa benganalwazi ngayo.
What makes me to say they are not important, it is because I see that there's a bill that has been drafted, but they were not informed about it.
Nami ngidukile.
I am also lost.
Cause masla ngicabanga ukuthi usekhulumile ukhansela.
Because when we are here, if I'm not mistaken, the councillor has already spoken.
Njengoba ngimlandela ukhansela ngicabanga ukuthi besiduke ngokufanayo cause masla size ngokuthi sazi ukuthi kuthiwa kuzokhulunywa ngedemarcation.
As I was following the councillor, I think both of us were lost because in my understanding, I thought the discussion here will be about demarcations.
Ngizwa ngiphatheka kabi ngiyabezwa abantu bakithi bafanele ukukhuluma ngendlela abakhuluma ngayo bezwakala beduka befaka izicelo and mabekhuluma kugcina sengathi kunento esesitshelwe yona noma asebeyazi.
I feel deeply hurt about what our people are saying because seemingly our people are concerned about whatever they have been informed about, and yet it sounds as if they are being misled.
Kumanje njengoba sihleli la sizotshelwa ngebill esibhaliwe sekuthiwa sithi thina yes or no.
As we are gathered here, we are told about the bill that has already been written, and we are told that we should say yes or no.
Sinezinhlaka esisuka kuzona ezihlukene emakhaya njengoba sisuka emakhaya njengoba eseshilo ukhansela ukuthi kunama war rooms nazo zonke inhlaka kuna namakhosi ezindaweni esakhele kuzo.
We are from different organizations, as the councillor has already indicated that there are war rooms in the places where we come from.
And nginesho ukuthi asinalo ulwazi ngalolu daba lale bill.
I am cocksure that we do not have any knowledge about this bill.
Bekukenjani makuthi sibalulekile mhlambe le bill that time draft akube ukuthi nathi sibe ingxenye yayo noma kukhona abantu esibaziyo babe ingxenye kungathiwa kune committee kamasipala because le committee ekhulunywa ngala likaze livele kuthina silibona.
If we were that important, how about if we were consulted before this bill was drafted? Because now this bill will be taken to the municipality committee and we are left out as stakeholders.
Sinamakhosi ezindaweni esukuzona nawo engikholele ukuthi akazi ngale bill.
We have our own traditional leaders in our areas, but I believe that they do not have any clue about this bill.
Kodwa yona isibhaliwe sekuthiwa sizoyiphasisa noma siyiphikise noma sivume.
But it is written, now we are told to support it or not to support it.
Silahlekile.
We are lost.
Bengicela ngiyacabanga inhlaka ezikhona ngizwe kubalwa no COGTA. COGTA abasebenza eduzane nobukhosi noma namakhosi.
My request is that, since there are different organizations, there is even COGTA here. I believe that COGTA works hand in hand with the traditional leadership.
Omasipala ba-consult amakhansela azokwazi ukuxhumana nomphakathi. COGTA uzama uconsult amakhosi nawo akwazi ukuxhumana nabantu bawo because umhlaba esakhele kuwamakhosi awufani imihlaba esihleli kuyona ayifani kunemhlaba yasesilungwini kunemhlaba ephethwe ubukhosi ekugcina sekubukeka ngathi akusahlukaniseki phakathi komhlaba wamakhosi nomhlaba wesilungu uthola ukuthi omasipala bazingenele endaweni zamakhosi kanjalo uCOGTA ugcine sehamba nomasipala ungabusaqonda ukuthi uCOGTA usebenza namakhosi noma usebenza nobani.
I think it is very important that COGTA should liaise with the municipalities. We are from different places. There are people who are living in rural areas and there are those who are living in urban areas. Now you find that now as and when this process is going on, they'll end up being a clash because, the mayors do not consult the councillors and the councillors do not consult the residents. I therefore plead with you that all the stakeholders should be consulted in order to avoid any confusion.
Ngokunjalo njengoba silana ingakho abantu engathi manje bazokhala baveza isililo sabo and kusaqala kuthiwa kuphakanyiswe izandla ngihlalile kwiround yokuqala cause bengisazibuza ukuthi makuthiwa siphakamise izandla siphakamisa izandla njengobani kumele sithini.
That is why when the process started, when you indicated, Chairperson, that people should raise their hands, I asked myself as to what is it that I'm going to say, because I am lost.
Ngendaba ya demarcation ngicela singayithathi ngomdlalo noma ngokudlala sithi masihleli kahle sisuke sihleli kahle bese sizoyakazisa abantu sikhulume ngedemarcation because kuyinto ehlukumezayo umphakathi.
Let us not take the issue of demarcation lightly. It is a very sensitive thing because, you know, it disturbs or we feel harassed when you talk about demarcation.
Ayikho into enhlungu njengokuthi umuntu afike sephethe into eseyazi ezokutshela ukuthi into nansi ithi lalela bese uphendula manje ukuthi uzothini uthi uyavumelana noma uyaphikisana nayo. Right, ibhaliwe ngendlela ebhalwe ngayo kodwa ekugcineni usala uzibuza umbuzo ukuthi yona le draft yenziwe ubani? Ubani oyenzile? Because ekugcineni kosuku makuzoqhamuka into seyidraft sekuthiwa nansi ibill sekuthiwa fanele ucommente ngayo ungakhomenta kanjani ngento engaqalanga kuwena ufike endlini seyakhiwe uqhamuka ukuthi usuthi uzongena uhlale.
There is nothing that is as painful as a bill that has been drafted and is being brought to us. We are expected to support it or not to support it. How are we going to participate or support something that we were not involved in it from the initial stages when it was being drafted? I asked myself as an individual as to who drafted this bill, because now I am expected to either support it or not to support it.
Siyafisa ukuthi sihlangane nekomiti lele kuthiwa lo masipala. Sazi ngoba mhlambe ngenye inkathi mhlambe kwathina njengoba sila sesayinisiwe ungathothi sisayine nje sesiyikomiti la masipala lele singalazi.
My wish is that we meet this municipality committee. You'll find that there's something that we've already signed unaware by this municipal committee.
Sicela nesinike ithuba abantu bakhathazekile abantu manje kunama rumors ubona abantu bekhala njengomasipala ukumuva komasipala kunama rumors amaningi encathi beza nawo so sebefika abantu sebezokhala cause bayabona ukuthi khona lebezothinteka ayikho into ebhlungu njengokuthi uzwe kuthiwa khona into ezayo ebhlungu kuwena ungayazi ukuthi mayizi izokwenza njani kodwa kuthiwa uzolimala basopa.
May you please give us the opportunity. There is nothing that is as painful as something that is coming to you and you are not told about it. You know, the issue of demarcation frightens us. We are deeply disturbed about this issue of changing of these municipalities or the demarcation because this thing is affecting us in a very, very bad way.
Kungabe yiyona inkululeko lesikuyona mangabe kuzoba nje?
Is this the democracy that we are talking about if things are going to go on like this?
Ikhona inkululeko noma sibuyela back emgodini esiphuma kuona?
Is there any democracy or we are going back from the hold where we were?
Njengabaholi ngiyacela nilungise izwe ngikhona ingalilimazi.
As leadership, I request you to fix the country, do not damage it.
Kungaba ipolitiki noma ngaba yikho. Ake sibuyisele eceleni ipolitiki kuphela izwe silungise ngiyabonga.
It could be politics or not, but let us put politics aside and fix whatever is wrong in the country. Thank you.
Bengisacela nje uhlale phansi kancane mama.
I would request that you take a seat a little, ma'am.
Yeah. Bengizocela nje usihlalo wekomiti athi ukuphefumula kancane aphawule ngento esesizizwile ziphakanyiswe umphakathi.
masixolise ngoba emva kwezithethe ezibini kuyanyanzeleka sibe nengcaciso that we make.
Let us apologize because after two speakers, we would usually have to make some clarities.
We assume that everybody knows how government is structured.
Siyacabangela ke ukuthi ke wonke umuntu uyazi ukuthi ke uhulumeni wakheke kanjani.
There are three spheres of government:
kunezingalo ke ezintathu zikahulumeni.
national,
Kazwelonke,
province,
yesifundazwe,
and local government.
bese kuba ke ohulumeni basekhaya.
So I think kulezintetho zimbini bangakhe abantu baqakwe uba kwenzeka ntoni.
I think with these two sort of like speeches, people can get a bit confused as to what is happening.
We indicated that we are a portfolio committee of the National Assembly.
Siye saveza ukuthi ke si portfolio committee eqhamuka laphaya kwi-National Assembly.
One of its main functions is to make laws.
Omunye ke wemisebenzi ebalekile yaleli committee ukwakha okanye ke ukushaywa kwemithetho.
And any law that is passed by the National Assembly
Noma ngabe ke iwuphi umthetho ophasiswe yi-National Assembly,
it may not be contradicted by a provincial law.
awukwazi ke ukuthi uphikiswe umthetho ophasiswe isifundazwe.
Or be contradicted by a bylaw of the municipality.
Okanye ke uphikiswe iloko kubizwa ke nge-bylaw imithetho evela laphaya kumasipala.
So if you ask us, what is your responsibility as members of parliament?
Uma ke ningasibuza thina ukuthi yini umsebenzi wethu njengamalunga eParliament,
Is to make laws.
ukuthi ke sakhe okanye ke sishaye imithetho.
Senza loo nto apha.
We are doing exactly that here.
I'm not sure if those people who were speaking before us do not know the difference between a law and a bylaw.
Anginaso ke isiqiniseko ukuthi ke ngabe labantu akade bekhuluma lapha phambi kwethu banalo ulwazi lokwehlukanisa umthetho kazwelonke uhlukaniswa kumthetho kamasipala lokuthiwa ke ibylaw.
Now, we indicated when we started that this bill was referred to us after it was tabled to Parliament.
Siye saveza ke ngesikhathi siqala ukuthi ke lo mthetho sivivinyo uye wedluliselwa kuthina emveni kokuthi ke wethulwe laphaya kwi-National Assembly.
Now, this is an opportunity for the community, not public representatives,
Lokhu ke esikwenza lapha kuyithuba lomphakathi hayi abamele imiphakathi.
so in other words, a councillor, an MP, and an MPL are public representatives.
Ngamanye amazwi ikhansela, iMP ngokunjalo neMPL bangabantu ke abamele imiphakathi.
With different responsibilities.
Abanemisebenzi eyahlukene.
So I suspect we listened when it said we did not know what was going to be said here.
Siye salalela ke uma ngabe kuvela lapha phambili ukuthi ke beningazi ukuthi ke kuzothiwani lapha.
The city document nifumene apha emnyango.
When you said the document itself you discovered at the door.
Sabhala phansi ngoba iparlament ineteam ekufanele ihamba phambi kwethu ibafundisa abantu ngebill.
We recorded that because Parliament has a team that should come prior we arrive and educate the communities about such bills.
In other words, we accept that criticism.
Ngamanye amazwi siyavuma ke ukugxekwa lokho.
Ekufanele basenze into ngaloo nto.
We are supposed to do something about that.
Yiyo lento besithi ukusukela namhlanje umphakathi ukhululekile uba ngelishwa baqubulekile bafake izinto ezibhaliweyo ukuyoma nge-29 ka-August.
That's why we were saying as from today, the community still has a chance, if they so wish, to submit written submissions until the 29th of August.
Mhlambe ndigqibelise ngelithi xa kubuzwa lento ibhaliweyo senisiza nayo.
Maybe I should conclude by saying that this bill that is already written that you come to us with,
Ivelaphi.
where does it come from?
Le bill ikhoyo phambi kwethu besitshilo kuqala ngenxa yamava wezikhalo zabantu ngento ye-demarcation.
The bill that is in front of us, we did state before that it was due to complaints from communities in terms of demarcations.
Namava different demarcation boards ezibekho kusukela ngo-1998.
And also the opinions of different demarcation boards that we have had since 1998.
Equally, nabantu abasithathe basisezinkundleni singurhulumente
And
ngenxa ye-demarcation.
And also members of communities or communities that have taken us as government to courts due to demarcation issues.
I-demarcation board ke iye yafakana imilomo nomphathiswa we-COGTA.
The demarcation board then had discussions with the Minister of COGTA,
Onetim yabantu abamcebisayo abaqeqeshiweyo.
who has a team of advisors who are highly trained.
They are the ones who produced this bill.
Yibo kanye-ke labo abakhiqize lo mthethosivivinyo.
Ngenxa yamava.
Because of these problems or suggestions.
Yathathwa ke sisiphakamiso sasuka eParliamente ndichilo ndathi sitablishwe pha nge-15 kaJune ngo-2022.
It was then taken, I did say earlier that it was tabled in Parliament on the 15th of June in 2022.
Inkqubo ke yapha eParliamente nethi uba itablishwe pha ithathwa inikwe le committee.
The procedure in Parliament, as soon as a bill is tabled in Parliament, it would then be given to this committee.
Ngenjongo zokufaka na imilomo nabantu base South Africa.
With the aim of talking or having discussions with the people of South Africa.
Yiyo lento silapha namhlanje.
That is why we are here today.
And njengoba nditshilo i-process yokwenziwa komthetho inde kakhulu.
As I had stated, the process of enacting a law is quite long.
Sizawugqiba onke amaphondo kodwa emva koko siye eParliamente siyoyixoxa.
We will finish all the provinces and then after that we will go to Parliament and deliberate on it.
Sonke njengoba siqophe apha, we are a multi-party committee. Ndenzela uba ungabikho mntu ozawu abuser into ye-political parties. We are a multi-party committee here.
Njengoba ke silapha siyikomiti elakhiwe ke ngamaqembu ahlukahlukene ezopolitiki, lokhu ngikwenzela ukuthi kungabi bikho umuntu ozocabanga ukuthi ke mhlawumbe kuzoba khona ukungenelela kwezepolitiki njengoba silapha.
Xa sipha eParliamente singamaqela ahlukahlukene ezopolitiki.
Even in Parliament we are different or different political parties.
Ndatsho ke uba ipasile pha ba umthetho wenziwa pha.
I did say that if it is passed there because laws are enacted there,
kuzawunyanzeleka emva kwexesha umongameli naye applye ingqondo yakhe awusayine lo mthetho ube ngumthetho.
it will then have to go through to the president, and the president as well, after applying his mind, will then sign it, and then it would then become an
Ngamanye
act.
amazwi sizowumamela asifanelanga uba siyaphendulana kodwa ke.
In other words, we are here to listen. We should not be having a debate, but
Into esingasobe sivumele kukuba sithi siqhuba lo msebenzi.
what we will not agree to is that as we continue with this work,
Kubekho abantu abazawuthi xa bebuza baphele befuna uba singawenzi umsebenzi wethu.
then there'd be people who would come with questions and sort of like try to prevent us from executing our duties.
Ngamanye amazwi le nto endiyithethayo ipha kwi-constitution yeli lizwe lethu.
In other words, what I'm saying is in our constitution of this very country.
That we are supposed to pass laws.
Ukuthi ke sinikiwe amandla ukuthi ke siphasise imithetho.
Kodwa xa siqhuba loo nto abantu mabanikwe ithuba bathathe inxaxheba.
But as we do that, the communities or the people of South Africa should be given a chance to play their part.
So we are here to do just that.
Silapha nje ukuzokwenza kona ke lokho.
Mhlawumbe the last point le nto ithetha ngenkosi.
Maybe to the last point, the issue about traditional leadership.
The National House of Traditional Leaders was invited to make inputs into the bill.
Indlu ke yobukhosi kuzwelonke yamenywa ukuthi ke nayo ifake imbono yayo kulomthethosivivinyo.
Besisoloko ke sijikeleza nabo kulamaphondo sesiye kuwo.
We have been going around with them in all the provinces that we have actually dealt with.
Xa kucandwa imida xa sowupasile lo mthetho.
When demarcations are done, when this when this bill becomes an act,
sikhona isithethe apha esitshiloyo uba kufanele uba xa kucandwa imida kujongwa iintaba imilambo.
There was a speaker who spoke here that when demarcations are made, things like rivers, mountains should also be considered.
Nokuhambelana kwabantu njengoba beqhela ukuhambelana.
And also the proximity and the interchange between our communities as per the usual.
Nemida yobukhosi.
And also the traditional borders.
So le bill iyaziphakamisa zonke.
This bill speaks directly to that.
Kodwa ke siyavuma nje mandisitsho abakhalazela uba hayi khange sibe nalo ixesha kakuhle.
But we do
sizawuyithetha nathi loo nto.
We do concede, as some of you have complained, that we did not have enough time with this.
Kodwa ke sesitshilo uba siyanivulela ngoku njengeziqu noba zii-groups zikwazi ukwenza submissions before the 29th of August.
But as we have stated, we will allow either a person individually or as a group to make submissions until the 29th of August.
Aba ke bathi abafuna ukuya kwamakhelwane.
Those who say they do not want to go to the neighboring wards,
ayingomsebenzi wethu lo ba sithi mabaye kwamakhelwane okanye bangayi.
it is not our job to say they should go to the neighbors or they should not go.
Ngethamsanqa xa besiphaya eMangaung besinaye u-CEO we-Demarcation Board.
Luckily, there at Mangaung, we had the CEO of the Demarcation Board with us.
Bathi kuthi uqalela apha kuJuly, August, September.
They said to us from July, August, September,
baza kwenza i-public hearings njengoba sichophile apha.
They also said they will do public hearings just like we are sitting here.
So bayeza.
So they are coming.
Into na nje bebetshilo umhlali ngaphambili asina right yokuthi xa uthetha sithi suyithetha loo nto.
As the deputy chair had also said, we have no right to say to a person who's speaking and tell them that they should not speak on a particular issue.
The Demarcation Board is coming. They will give you a specific date. Abazawuza ngayo apha bezomamela izinto ababethe yenzani iziphakamiso ngazo.
The Demarcation Board is going to come. They will give you dates to come and listen to things that they had asked that you should make inputs on.
Ndiyaxolisa ngokuphazamisa i-inputs ze-community.
I do apologize for disturbing the community engagement.
Ndiyaxolisa nakuwe mhlali ngaphambili.
Also, apologies to the chair.
Asibonge sihlalo. Ngiyacabanga ukuthi bekubalekile ukuthi ucacise ezinye zezinto ebeseziphakamisiwe.
Thank you, Chair. I think it was quite important that you clarify some of the things that had been raised.
Ngiyavumelana nawe konke esikwenzayo sisakwenza ngaphansi kuka section 76 we constitution ye country.
I agree with you. All that we are doing, we are still doing under Section 76 of the Constitution of this country.
Si phinde sibonge neziphakamiso eniziphakamisile uhlalo uthethile kuyazwakala.
We should also thank you for the submissions that you have already made. The chair has spoken and it is all understood.
Angeke sithi mama ungakhulumi lokhu ukhulume lokhu kodwa sicela ungawushiyi umthetho sivivinywa lo okhuluma ngomasipala ne demarcation. Ngeza ke mama.
We cannot say, ma'am, you should not say this or say that, but please do not leave out the issue about the demarcation and the municipality. Yes.
Greetings.
Ome phambi kwenu uMantombi wakamchunu ngiqhamuka eMdoni eMzinto kuWard 12.
I am Mantombi Mchunu from Mdoni under Ward 12.
Ngisamile phambi kobuso benu zikhulu zami. Ngithanda ukuphakamisa okukhulu ukuhlupheka nokuxakeka. Nisa Paulile nginisatha siphawule ngezemngcele.
Whilst I'm still standing in front of you and you have noted some of the issues whereby you said we must comment on the issues of demarcation.
Bahlonishwa umngcele owenziwa kumasipala eMzinto okade uWard 6 sihlangene sisonke suWard 6 sahlukaniswa kwakhona uWard 12 noWard 13 so uyingqubevanga.
Honorable members, the issue of the border or the demarcation that was done in Ward 6, it is mixed with other wards now.
Mangithi so uyingqubevanga kusuka ngesikhathi esahlukaniswa ngaso.
When I say that it is now mixed, this started when we were being divided.
Emawadini esinawo eMzinto umzinto wonke angaze ngiyibone iwadi ehlupheka njengoWard 12.
In all the wards that we have in Mzinto, I've never seen a ward that is as poor as Ward 12.
Uma ngithi iyahlupheka ngisho ngoba uWard 12 awunayo indawo la wazikhona ukuthi usukaphi ugcinaphi ngoba kufike kuthiwe usuka endaweni ethile ake ngilinganise mhlamba abanye bayazi usuka eFamisonti uyogcina endaweni ekuthiwa ise Embetheni.
Let me say that Ward 6 is not clearly demarcated. Those who know, they'll know that it is from a place called Emasonti up to a place called Embetheni.
Kodwa khona phakathi futhi sinenkinga suWard 12. Ubona ngithi uyahlupheka. Phakathi nendawo kunewadi. Uma kuvela ithuba lomsebenzi phakathi nendawo kube kuukuthi uWard 12 awuzosebenza khona lapho kuzosebenza enye iwadi uWard 13 ozongena lapha ngilibeke nje liqonde kuzoba uWard 13 ozongena lapho usebenze phakathi nendawo ngilinganisa njenganale ndawo linganise nje kodwa mase kweqa futhi kuyangale mase siwela ngaphesheya kuseyiwadi yethu.
There's a lot of confusion there. You know, when there are job opportunities, people from Ward 12 are the one probably was expected to work there. But you find that people from Ward 13 are the ones who are doing that job. And that creates a big problem as, you know, people are aware of what is happening there.
Ngiselapho baholi bami Bengingajabula kakhulu besingajabula Ward 12 ukuthi nikeni isixazululele le yankinga ukuthi sisukaphi sigcinaphi ukuze sazi ngoba ingane zethu zilambile azisebenzi ziyavaleleka zivalelwa uWard 13 uWard 13 awufuni amathuba ehlikele kaWard 12 uWard 12 awutholi lutho noma ngaba khona amathuba omsebenzi kodwa uWard 12 awutholi lutho.
Honorable members, may you please assist us. You know, our children are unemployed. If there are job opportunities that happen to arise there, the only people who are given the opportunity are those children who are from Ward 13. Our children don't get those job opportunities. May you please solve this issue of demarcation in Ward 12.
Uma ngaya nje ngasekuphetheni ngingachithi isikhathi kumanje kunomsebenzi owenziwayo esenta yewadi yethu kodwa awusetshenziswa yithina asisebenzi thina Ward 12 kuwona. Siyacela kakhulu ukuthi nisilungiselele lokho.
In conclusion, in Ward 12, there's a job opportunity that is prevailing there, but it is not given to us, it is done by people who are from Ward 13. May you please fix this problem for us. Thank you.
Sanibona. Igama umxolisi wakaMadlala. Oh, igama umxolisi wakaMadlala isibongo.
I am Xolisi Madlala.
From Erenkonyeni Ward 14 suka esigodini saseLuziana eVT.
I'm from Ward 14 at Roinkonyeni VT.
Louisiana VT.
Louisiana Village.
Yeah, it's fine. No, okwami ngibonge ngibingelele bonke abangaphakathi endlini.
Thank you and greetings to everyone in the house.
Okwami ngicane nje ke ngize ngiqamba manga ngithi azange niqhamuke nizosinikeza ibriefing. Urenkonyeni okwasibiza mhlambe angazi noma bebiza thina njengo 14 kuphela nokhethekile.
Mine is brief. I am not going to say that we were not briefed about the bill. Reinkonyeni municipality called us. I don't know whether they called us as Ward 14.
Yes, ngiyabonga ngikhohlwe phela ngijwayele ukutolika. No, mhlambe angiqale nje ngibusha ukuthi umuntu akabonga ukuthi abe ingxenye ukuthi uma kunomthetho ozophasiswa ngibe ingxenye yawo ngoba bengilo ngiyibukela kude mhlambe ake sithi ukuthi le democracy mina ngibona ngamehlo.
Let me also thank the opportunity because, you know, I've been seeing this law, this process of lawmaking. I've never had the opportunity of taking part. But now, since I am given the opportunity to take part, I'm very grateful. Now I really understand what democracy is.
Okay. No, mhlambe ake ngithi nje lento ye demarcation thina ke ka Ward 14 years affect ake ngithi bekade si Ward 15 eqaleni so uzothola bekunezinto ebezibekiwe but manje masothi yabuka sezambile since sekuthiwa hayi besicela ihholo ngala sema sofika ka 14 sekuthiwa no ihholo u14 unalo zonke into njengalezo but ke sengithi ke sibonga leyo ukuthi kuthiwa manje ake ngithi nje iqala ngihambisana nebill ethi into engiyithanda kakhulu kuyona lento ukuthi kuthiwa seyizothatha about 10 years manje ukuthi kushintshwe kwenziwe enye ibill ngavele kuthiwa nje njalo after 5 years iyashintsha futhi njalo makuzovota local sikhale sikhule.
Let me also start by saying that I support the bill. What I appreciate from the bill is that the period of demarcation now is going to take 10 years, no longer 5 years. I really appreciate that. And when it comes to the issue of demarcation, you know, as a person who is residing in Ward 14, this issue of Ward 14 is affecting us so much that you'll find that wherever I am, sometimes we are told that we are now in Ward 15. You find that things like the community hall, when you go to hire it, they say, no, it belongs to Ward 15, no longer Ward 14. Thank you very much.
Wazamfowethu.
Angibingelele uSimon waka April
Kamga Award 18 was a rain konyen.
Let me greet. My name is Simon April from Ward 18 at Reinkonyeni Municipality.
Ngicela uqala ngokuthi ngisho nje ukuthi impela cha zibe khona izithangami eReinkonyeni la bekade kukhona khona ukwaziswa ngebill ulungiselelwa lo mhlangano wanamuhla.
Let me start by stating that there were meetings at Reinkonyeni where sort of public education about this bill were held in preparation for this meeting today.
Ngicela ke ukuphawula okoqala ku chapter 2 part 2 section 9.
I would
la
like
kwi-bill.
to first start by giving input on chapter 2, section 9 of the bill.
La kukhulunywa khona ngokuthi abantu abanjani ongeke balungele ukuthi bakhethelwe kwi-board.
Where it states what kind of people would not be suitable to be elected into the board.
Ngifuna ukuba specific kuleyo ukuthi kuthiwa umuntu oholda i-political office.
Specifically on the issue of a person who holds a political office.
Isiphakamiso sami sokuthi mhlambe umuntu angaqokwa okanye anganominatewa mhlambe eholda i-office but uma esekhethiwe okanye sekuwukuthi uyangena kwi-board kuyofunakala asule.
My suggestion would that a person who holds a political office can actually be nominated or elected, but should they then be successful in that nomination, they would have to resign.
Isiphakamiso sami sokuqala leso sesibili siku chapter 3 part 2.
My second submission would be on chapter 3, part 2.
Ngizohlanganisa nje mhlambe ama sections amathathu.
I will put together maybe just about 3 sections.
Section 24
It would be section 24,
no 28
28,
no 29.
and 29.
La ekuthenini iboard uma lizo kama emngcele okanye mhlawumbe lizothatha indawo ethile liyise komunye umasipala.
And the issue where the demarcation board is going to demarcate or take a certain piece of land and give it to maybe the municipality.
Uma kuthiwa kuzokwenziwa i-investigation.
If there would be an investigation into that matter.
Especially financial feasibility investigation.
Especially financial feasibility investigations.
Mhlambe kuyobaleka ukuthi uma sekukhona imphumela kube ukuthi ngaphambi kokuthi kuqale ukusebenza lokho, let's say umphumela uthe ungakwazi lo masipala ukwenza lokho, kube khona isikhathi sokuthi kufanele uprove uma lo masipala ukuthi uzoba nayo leyo mali yokuprovide lama services obokade ongawa provide ngaphambilini.
Let's just say if it actually is approved, there should be a period of time where the municipality would have to do some introspection and say to themselves, yes, we can actually be able to provide the services to this new group that they were not previously providing.
Bese kuzoba party public participation.
Then it would be the part of public participation.
Izinto ezibalulwe la kwi-bill zokuthi i-board kufanele lizisebenzise okanye izinhlaka ekufanele lizisebenzise.
The structures that are stipulated in the bill that the board should implement or use.
Angazi noma ngibone kahle kodwa angibonanga bubaliwe ubuholi bendabuko.
I'm not sure whether it was just me, but I did not see anywhere the inclusion of traditional leadership.
Isiphakamiso sami ukuthi ke uma kuukuthi mhlambe bekune investigation and then sekunomphumela uma iboard selisa umbiko.
My suggestion would that if there was an investigation and then there are results, when the board is to table the results,
kufanele lo mbiko ihanjiswe futhi nasebuholini bendabuko obu affectekayo kuleyo ndawo.
Such results and reports should also be taken to the traditional leadership of these areas that are actually affected.
Ngikusho lokhu ngoba akuyona yonke imphakathi ekwazi ukungena kwi-website ye-board.
I say this because it's not all members of the community who have the resources and capabilities to go into the board's websites,
Okanye imphakathi efunda amaphepha.
or they are not really people who read newspapers.
Ingakho ke ngithi ke kubalekile ukuthi kube khona nezinhlaka lezi zobuholi bendabuko kube ukuthi nazo ziyathintwa ukwenzela ukuthi abantu bakwazi ukuthola ulwazi ngalokho okuhlosiwe abangathuki abantu sekwenzeka.
That's why I would say it is important that the traditional leadership structures should also be involved so that the people on the community level would also be privy to information, not just see things happening.
Ngoba ngibona kuyikona okuyakwenze uthuthuva.
Because I see that is usually the cause of problematic situations.
Yilokho nje bengifisa ukuphawula ngiyabonga.
That's all I would like to state. Thank you.
Siyabonga.
Thank you very much.
Ingabe zisekhona ezinye izandla?
Is there anyone probably who's still interested in saying something?
Number 1 and number 2. Number 3. Number 4. Going once. Going twice. Number 5. Yebo ma'am, uzoba wesihlanu. Going once. Number 6. Yebo ubhuti lapha emuva ushoshele ngaseshashalazini. Hayi ke sesiya ngasemaphethelweni ohlelo lwethu. Azisekho ezinye izandla.
We are now moving to the end of our program. Are there no hands?
Ivale mfana. Number 1, you can proceed.
Good day, board. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to speak.
Ngiyabonga ithuba eninginike lona.
You know, sitting here, I've been listening to your answers back to us. I've been listening to the community asking questions and such for things.
Ngihleli lapha benginilalele ngilalele nomphakathi ubuza izinto kukhona izinto enizishoyo.
There's something that's worrying me, and I speak for myself, but I'm pretty sure a lot of people are going to agree with me.
Ngikhathazekile kukhona izinto
We were
enizishilo
invited
kukhona
here with the
abantu
understanding that we are going to have demarcated areas, and have it explained to us why it's going to happen, what is going to happen, and such forth things as the understanding comes. We
njengoba
arrive
nikhuluma
here,
ke
a
nge-
bill is put in our hand. Sorry, apologies.
I'm sorry, I could not
Apologies,
capture.
I'll slow down. I'll
No,
slow down.
I'm going to request that you start from the beginning.
Certainly.
And the translator, just give him time to translate in order for everyone to capture what you are saying.
Then
So
let me
let it be that
I'll do it in sections.
cooperative
I'll do it in sections.
governance in action.
I'll do it in
Thank
sections
you.
then. Okay, let me start again. Coming here, I've heard your answers and the public answers on this bill.
uma ngiza lapha bengilalele niveza umbono wenu nomphakathi uveza umbono wenu malana lomthetho sivivinyo.
Some of us are not even understanding why we even here.
Abanye bethu ke asiqondi nokuthi kungani silapha.
I think the reason for that is when we were told to come here or invited to come here, we were under the understanding that we were going to talk about how different wards or municipalities are now going to be included or take over certain areas.
Ngicabanga ukuthi ke isizathu esibangela lokho sithe uma siza lapha sonke saba nomqondo ukuthi manje ke indawo zikamasipala zizoklanywa kanjani eindaweni ezihlukahlukene.
If I'm incorrect in my assumption, please correct me. I'm happy to be corrected, but
Uma
something
ngabe ke
tells me I'm
ngenza
not.
iphutha ngicela ningilungise uma ngabe mhlambe kukhona la ngezwe ngakhona kahle.
But there is something that is worrying me.
Kodwa ikhona into engikhathazayo.
You have different people from different aspects in different wards here.
Kukhona abantu lapha abavela emawodini ahlukile futhi abanemibono eyahlukahlukene.
Some happy to be where they are, actually, as a matter of fact, very comfortable in where they are right now.
Abanye bazizwa banelisekile ngale ndawo abahleli kuyo manje.
Now, with you guys wanting to have this bill be passed, which by the way, I'm completely against. Let me just air that.
Manje nina ke nize nalo mthethosivivinyo futhi nina nifuna ukuthi lo mthethosivivinyo uphasiswe kodwa mina ngiyakuphikisa noma angisekeli lo mthethosivivinyo.
I think what you guys have achieved today is actually scared some people into thinking, what if, what if, what if?
Ngicabanga ukuthi ke nina mhlawumbe lokwenzile nenathusa abantu abaningi ngendaba yokuthi gazi kuzokwenzakalani gazi kuzokwenzakalani.
A classic example is the members from Mzumbi. They're quite happy where they are.
Isibonelo nje amalunga avela lapha eMzumbe wona anelisekile ngendawo ahleli kuwo.
Why change it? Why bring a bill in?
Manje ke nilethilani lo shintsho? Kungani nilethe lo mthethosivivinyo?
Our chairperson, you mentioned something earlier that you are here to make laws.
Sihlalo
Am I correct
wami
in my statement?
uthe nila ukuzokwenza imithetho. Ungasilungisa leso statement sami.
Am I correct in my statement?
Ngabe ngikhuluma iqiniso?
Thank you. Thank you.
Ngiyabonga.
Thank you. As I understand government to be, it's not to pass laws, it's to help our people be one.
Mina ngokuqonda kwami umsebenzi kahulumeni akuwona ukuphasisa umthetho kodwa ukubumba abantu ukuthi babe yinto yinye.
So what I'm actually asking to boil down to the final point is, we need clarification as to what you are actually going to do, how you are going to do it, why you are going to do it.
Manje ke ngokuqonda kwami le mthethosivivinyo ukuthi nina kufanele ngabe niyasitshela ukuthi nizokwenzani nizokwenza kanjani futhi lokho nokuthi nizokwenza nini.
And if we as the public, which you are asking us to be, give our points of view, are you truly and honestly going to take our views into account?
Nokuthi ke njengathi thina njengomphakathi nifuna ukuthi sibe negalelo la. Ngabe ngempela imbono yethu nizoyithatha na?
Because gentlemen, I'm sorry, but history dictates otherwise. Thank you very much for your time.
Ngiyaxolisa ukusho kodwa ke umlando uveza esinye isithombe. Ngiyabonga isikhathi senu.
Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Juliana Bester, and I'm from Ward 12 in Umtuntweni.
Sanibonani, igama lami nginguJuliana Bester, ngisuka lapha ku Ward 29 M20.
12.
Ward 12, sorry.
Thank you for having us, and thank you for clarifying some things. I understand the demarcation.
Siyabonga ke ukuthi nisimemile, siyabonga futhi nokuthi nisicacisele ezinye ke izinto. Ngiyaqonda ke ukukanywa kwemingcele.
I have one major concern, however.
Kukhona nje okukodwa kodwa ke okungiphatha kabi noma ke okungihlukumezayo.
We have a Ugu, and we've got Rain Nkonyeni.
Sinogu, siphinde ke sibe neRain Nkonyeni.
Ugu, we have a problem, everybody knows it.
Lapha ku ugu sinenkinga wonke umuntu uyakwazi lokho.
Rain Nkonyeni, is struggling.
iRenkonyeni nayo idonsa kanzima.
The demarcation, in my mind, is it really going to be of any benefit to Rain Konyeni?
I-demarcation lena emqondweni wami ingabe ke iyo siza noma iyohlomula kanjani kuyona iRenkonyeni na?
Or are we actually just going to make the problem even bigger than what it is now?
Okanye ke mhlawumbe nje
Thank you for your
siyothatha inkinga lena siyenze benkulu kunalokhu ke eyikona njengamanje siyabonga.
Sanbona.
Uxolo,
Greetings.
Okay, uxolo nje ngizomthatha ubhuti. I just wanted to also clarify what the chair has explained.
Kancane nje sizomthatha ubhuti kodwa bengisafuna ukuchaza lokho okukhulunywa usihlalo.
As the portfolio committee of COGTA, we are here on the Independent Municipal Demarcation Authority Bill.
Njengoba silapha ke thina size la kini sizokhuluma ngalomthethosivivinyo okhuluma ngale authority ezimele yokuklanywa komasipala.
The current demarcation board is still in existence and the process of demarcation is ongoing.
Manje ke i-demarcation board isesekhona futhi nodaba lokuklanywa komngcele yinto esaqhubeka.
And we have said we apologize if there is a misunderstanding on the purpose and the intention of the meeting. We are not here about the demarcation process. That process will be handled by the demarcation board. Ours is to take suggestions, comment, proposals, and the views on the tabled bill.
Manje ke siyaxolisa uma ngabe sesivele nomlayezo ondidayo ngenxa ukuthi i-demarcation board yona ikhona izoloku iwenza umsebenzi wayo. Thina okwethu njengamalunga avela eParliament ukuthi sizozwa uvo lwenu ngalomthethosivivinyo.
I thought I should clarify that misunderstanding that might have happened, and we profusely and sincerely apologize for that. Ubhuti angaqhubeka ngiyabonga.
Ngicabanga ukuthi ke kumele ngixolise kakhulu mhlambe ngalendida esiyibangile uma ngabe ke kukhona la singazwa nangakahle khona. I will therefore give the opportunity to the gentleman.
Apology accepted.
Uxolo lwenu siyalwamukela.
Angibingelele usinqobile usinqobile Mkhize wasemzube ka Ward 5.
Greetings, I am Sinqobile Mkhize from Ward 5.
Okwami kuncane kulapha kule bill etablish ukuthi siyabonga ukuthi i-demarcation sezokwenziwa every after 10 years.
Mine is just a little. We really appreciate the fact that what is stated in the bill is that demarcation will now be done after every 10 years.
Ngoba u5 years lo uyawusinika inkinga in terms of thina esima foot soldiers mase sifanele sichazela abantu every after 5 years so abantu iyaba confuse.
The issue of 5 years creates a problem for us as foot soldiers because this thing of 5 years confuses the community or the people as and when we keep on explaining to them.
Nami ngiconfused njengendlu yonke about i-demarcation ezokwenziwa ekade sitshelwe ngayo but ikhulumi la bezizwe ngaphambi kwami engathi zona ziconfuse kakhulu ngoba usihlalo bese ke wachaza ukuthi no mhlambe nizwe ngendlela wrong but ngoba bebechathiwe la besuka khona base bephinde beyiraise no nami ngizocela ukuthi ngiqhube kule bill eniyitablishile.
I am also confused a little bit, but for the mere fact that the chairperson has also explained again in order to alleviate the fear and the confusion amongst the people, I will therefore go on and, explain my understanding about the bill.
Neyikhuluma zami eziwu-2 ngathi ukhohle ukusho ngazo, but it's fine.
Even the other two speakers
before me. Ngiqhube thina lapha eMzumbe bese siyesezwa ngisho sengiqhuba neconfusion ke manje bese ke sezwa ukuthi kukhona into ethi eHibadini iCool Water neMthwalume Beach neLong Beach along the way conduct is a Long Beach lapha if I'm not mistaken ingase ingene ngaphansi koMzumbe. That will be highly appreciated sibahlali baseMzumbe because who said what?
I'm continuing with the confusion. Chairperson, we've been told about the changes that are going to take place on the places that the gentleman has mentioned, that demarcation is going to affect those areas.
Yes. Umzumbe sobonile under leadership yababunyuswa and the previous mayors. They've done a lot to prove themselves ukuthi they are capable of handling ama-red payers manje. Because currently njengoba sikhuluma njengamanje there's i-mall lapha, there's a shopping center ekhona ekhokha ama-rates and it's being done very, very professionally and successfully.
Ziningi inguquko esihlalo sizibonile zenzeka lapha eMzumbe, sibonile kwakhiwa ngisho ama-mall manje ke nabaholi bethu sibonile ukuthi umsebenzi bawenza kahle futhi.
So besiyocela mhlambe ngicela ukuthi perform wrong le mhlambe i-Demarcation Board ayikafiki. But besiyocela, I think it's NCOP if I'm not wrong. Ukuthi isidlulisele ukuthi siyacela ukuthi isheshise le process yokuthi iHibadini nawo yonke lama urban areas aseMzumbe, by the way aseMzumbe kwakade demarcator ngcansi labo bandlululo bawakhipha lamantu sikhuluma ngawo aseMzumbe ngale kwakhona khona iward aseMzumbe, but in between le ward aseMzumbe rural area khona urban area uReinkonyeni. So we wish ukuthi kusheshe le process ikwazi ukuthi lama urban areas abuyele eMzumbe because I belong eMzumbe, so that leadership yomkhandle erana babunyuswa ikwazi ukuthi iqhubeke nemisebenzi emihle eyenzayo.
Chairperson, we request that, if I'm not mistaken, the NCOP should take our matter and make sure that all the towns that I've mentioned that are under Mzumbe must be taken back as soon as possible, because our leadership has done its work very well. We are therefore requesting that these places that I've mentioned should go back to Mzumbe. We don't know whether people who were doing this demarcation were applying the apartheid system, but we request that those areas must go back to Mzumbe as soon as possible.
Angbong.
Thank you very much.
Sicela olandelayo. By the way, we are the National Assembly.
Masicacise nje ukuthi kahle kahle thina siqhamuka laphaya kwi-National Assembly.
I-NCOP after siqedile nayo izoza iphinde nayo ibe nomhlangano ofana nalo wethu.
The NCOP, after we have concluded, will come and also hold the same kind of meetings.
Ungaqhubeka mama uxolo.
You can continue.
Ngokhulu ukuzithoba
With great humility,
ngibingelele abathunywa bethu abasivakashele region yethu.
let me greet our representatives who have come to visit us in our region.
Ngiphinde ngibingelele namakhansela ngiyabona wonke akhona.
Let me also greet the councillors. I can see all of them. They are present.
Nomeya bakhona.
And the mayors, they are present,
No speaker kanjalo kanjalo.
as well as the speaker and so on.
Okhulumayo uNobuhle Gambushe
Speaking is Nobuhle Kambushe
ophuma ka Ward 32
from Ward 32
under Reinkonyeni
under Reinkonyeni Municipality,
we cluster 1.
Cluster 1.
Ayike. Ke nami ngokusukuma kwami ngikhumbula ukuthi sike samenywa abanye abaphathi bethu baserenkonyeni nje beke washo ubhuti April.
As I stood up, I remembered that we were at some point invited by Reingonyeni, as one of my speakers actually said.
Before size la sizohlangana sihlangane siyima-cluster ngama-cluster ngokuhlukeneyo.
Before we came here to meet, we met as different clusters.
Sitheme sihlangene nathi kwi-cluster yethu ezinqoleni.
When we came together, or when we met in our cluster at Ezinqoleni,
Batheme besinikeza le input le demarcation.
when they gave us the input of the demarcation,
Bathe noma sebehamba sasala saxoxa si-cluster 1.
even when they left, we remained and we deliberated as cluster 1.
Sazithola lapho engathi siwu-cluster 1 sathola ngathi kukhona ukuba khona ukulekha kwama-service.
We then found as cluster 1 that there were parts where there is a lack of services.
Ayike ngiyadlula futhi lapho sengiza kule esiqondene nayo.
I am passing that one. I'm now on the issue that we are here for today.
Ngokuza kwethu kumenya ukuthi ngokunga-understand mhlawumbe abanye bayabona bekuze ngathi sizokwenza i-demarcation mhlawumbe yamawadi ingazimami ngizwe kabini.
Maybe we came here with the understanding, maybe, I'm not sure whether I misunderstood it. Some believed that we were here in terms of the demarcation of wards.
Nami sengizophonsa ke emgudini nje abephonsa.
I am also to add on what they have said.
Ewadini nje njengoba siwa 32 kuma ku-demarcation eyenzekile for 5 years.
In the ward, as we are Ward 32, in the demarcation that has been going on for 5 years,
I-Ward 32 kwesikhathi kwenziwa ama-demarcation kukhona ilokuzana i-ward ehambile bekade ngemanzi amhlophe yaya ku-Ward 8.
from Ward 32, there was a ward that was taken out from Manzamhlope. It was taken to Ward 8.
Ke nathi ke siwa 32 ngithunywe amavidi ewonke
I,
5.
as we are Ward 32, I am sent, or I am representing all the VTs. There are 5 of them.
Ukuthi besingacela ukuthi le eyenzekile Ward 8 isijabulisile.
That we were happy, and also what happened on Ward 8 actually made us happy.
Besingacela ukuthi ke as from ePaddock yabo ePaddock garage.
We would then request that as from Paddock garage,
Yonke le aleni engale ePaddock engathi bangayimova ingezi thina Ward 32.
the one that is from the Paddock garage should not be brought to us on Ward 32, going all the way to,
Ukuthi mhlambe beke basimuvele yona sisale nale engalanga ka left uma uphuma la eShepstone.
that they should move that one away from us, and we should remain with the part of land on the
Yilokho
left.
besiphathiswe amaward. Ama-VD.
That is what our VTs sent us to state.
Ngiyabonga.
Thank you.
Umuntu abingelele ikomiti abingelele ubuholi obukhona abingelele namalungu omphakathi.
Greetings to the committee members as well as the members of the community.
Yeah, ngokuthi ngivele obala nje kwikomiti ngicela ukuvela obala nje uthi nami ngomunye wabo aba confused njengoba ngikule platform.
Let me come clear to the committee and indicate that I'm one of those who are confused about this bill.
Bese kuthi nalabo kade bephambi kwethu abasitholile isikhathi sokuthi bafunde ngale bill. Siyabonga ukuthi bona babe nenhlanhla yize nabo bengaphenduli into ekhuluma ngale bill le bakhuluma ngeDemarcation Board.
Even those who had the opportunity, to be workshopped or empowered about the bill, those who spoke before us, I would also like to indicate that they are not saying anything in relation to the bill, but they are talking about demarcation.
Bese ngibonga kwi leadership lephumela obala ehlala khona la uGweni For example, ukhansela wase Ward 7 eRenkonyeni ophumele obala ukuthi nabo as a leadership i-communication bephuwa abasitholanga isikhathi sokuthi bakhulume nathi somphakathi.
Let me also appreciate the leadership of Renkonyeni, the councillor who was here, who also admitted that they did not have the opportunity to address us on this bill.
Bese ngiba nenye confusion futhi because nge-information encane enginayo ngicathi amawadi la ogwini awu 85 esewonke but ngokwe-invitation for example uMzumbe amawadi awu 4 akhona uMdoni amawadi awu 3 uMzwabantu amawadi awu 3
Let me also indicate in terms of my confusion that here at Mzumbe we've got about 85 wards, but when it comes to the places that he has mentioned and the wards that he has mentioned,
Ugu amawadi awu 85 Ugu.
Under Ugu there are 85 wards.
Umzwabantu ngokwe-invitation unamawadi awu 11 but awu 3
Umzwabantu has got 11 wards but 3.
Umdoni unamawadi awu 19 but khona only 3.
Mdoni has got 19 wards but only 3 are present.
Umzumbe unamawadi awu 20 but ngokwe-reports khona 4.
Mzumbe has got 20 wards, but according to the report, there are only 4 wards.
Urenkonyeni unawo 36 but bamixile bona ngokwe-representation ngathi bawu 26.
Renkonyeni has got 36, but because they are mixed, seemingly they are represented by 26.
Based on rumors, Slalo, I'm told ukuthi la mawadi lawa mentioniwe la iwona azo affectwa i-demarcation.
Uma ngizwa ke ngamahlebezi sihlalo ngitshelwa ukuthi ke lama ward ala iwona ke azothinteka uma sekuklanywa umngcele futhi.
So thina as delegates ukuthi sizokhulumela umphakathi la ngamanye amazwi shuthi sizokhuluma ngento esingayazi bese sibuyele emphakathini thiwe as consult nomphakathi siutshela ukuthi yini kade siyizele la.
Therefore, we as a representative of the committee will have to go back and give the report to the community and report as to what was our aim or purpose of coming here.
Ngokombiko kuthiwa le bill yafika kunina ngomhla ka 15 June 2022 which was last year.
According to the report, it is indicated that you received this bill on the 15th of June 2022, that is last year.
Yeah, so ngokwami kushuthi information by nature kulama spheres lawa mathathu akhona e-governance.
According to my understanding, it means the information in the 3 spheres of government.
Because ngolwazi oluncane nami nginalo nizongicorrecta unationally uwona owenza ama-laws.
With the little knowledge that I have, you will correct me, but I believe that the national is the one that make laws.
Bese kuthi ama-province enza lo mthetho ekuthiwa i-ordinance.
Then it means that the provinces make the laws that are called ordinances.
Bese kuthi kwi-locally ama-bylaw umthetho.
Then at local level, they make bylaws.
Ngake ngezwa kuthiwa mekuhlanganisiwe konke lokhu kubizwa nge-intergovernmental relations.
I once heard that when all this is combined together, it is called intergovernmental relations.
So ngiyathuka sihlalo lama spheres omathathu menga communicate igcine kube ngathi manje ithina abahlali la esifake kaphansi kwebhasi kuthiwa asizokhuluma ngento esingayi understand even nange terminology kodwa sithunyiwe ukuthi asizozwela umphakathi bese siphindela kuona kahle kahle kushuthi thina sifakwa phansi kwebhasi.
It is clear, Chairperson, that When these three spheres of government do not talk together, it means we as community members are misled. So that is very, very much, frightening to me that the entire community has been misled.
Sengizovala sihlalo ngokwe understanding yami la.
In closing, Chairperson, according to my understanding,
Ayikho i-sitting engenayo i-agenda. As much as nihlukile ngokwama political parties lapho kwi-committee, but sonke siyazi ukuthi mase kuyovotwa i-bill iphasiswa eParliament, mase kuvotwa siyazi ukuthi iqembu elilodwa eliyi-majority ekuyilona eliyiphasisayo leyo bill ngokwamavoti.
Chairperson, according to my understanding, there is no meeting that does not have an agenda, even though you are a multi-party committee. But when it comes to elections, the only party that is going to win is the party that is going to get the majority of votes.
Sengivala ke sihlalo ngicela ukulapheka la cause njalo kuba khona nama sessions akanje. Siwa raise ama issues Parliament, for example, sasila phaya esports and leisure igama lakhe sawa raise ama issues khona kwathiwa kuzobuyelwa kuthina ngokusheshsha. Last month bafika kuthina kueMdoni nakhona sawa raise senila futhi siyawa raise lama issues yize engekho la. So okungwarisha kakhulu sihlalo uthi as present ama submission ngale bill, but at the same time njengoba sikhuluma nani nithi ngenikwazi ukuresponda kuthina nisinzoyithatha lento nihambisa. So i-response icathi thina ngeke siyithole ngoba njalo into eyenzakalayo siyayipresent ama submissions nama challenges kodwa ekugcineni ama response asikaze siwathole. Ngicathi leyo iyona challenge esaffecta kakhulu as abahlali because njengoba kusuke sithunywa ukuthi asikhiphe asquestion i-leadership at a national level kusuke kulindelwe i-rapid response. So besicela nje ukuthi leyo communication ilungiswe nje in all spheres of government. Thank you.
Chairperson, please may you assist us with the report back of all what we have said. Thank you.
Owokugcina.
The last one.
Qhubeka baba.
You can continue.
Angibonge ngibingelela umhlangano.
Let me take this opportunity to thank you and also greet the entire meeting.
Igama lami nguzakhele ngwakhumalo ngihlala eMzumbe Ward 19 George Mbele branch ngaphansi ko-Ogu municipality.
My name is Mzwandile Khumalo from Ward
19
under Umzumbe municipality.
Akuzukuba kuningi kakhulu kwami.
I do not have a lot to say.
Khulu kuyithoba na enkulu inhlonipho ngizobingelela futhi ikomiti ngokukhethekile nangezihlalo zalo.
Humbly, I would like to also greet specifically the committee according to their positions.
Mangithatha ngibeka ngithi ngiyacabanga i-demarcation na i-right futhi ibalekile kodwa
When I look at these things, I believe that demarcation is okay and it is important, but
ngicela makwenziwa i-demarcation
I would request that when demarcation is being done or carried out,
ngoba phela into ekhalisa kakhulu abantu ukuthi sibahlukanisa nomnotho mhlawumbe uzothola ukuthi ususa umuntu endaweni yakhe acebile kuyona uyombeka endaweni engazasizakale kuyona.
because what is making the members of community complain is that we are removing them from economic participation. You may find that a person had some sort of economic participation where they were and they are taken to a place where they will suffer.
Then ngakujabula futhi ukubona into enothisa umphakathi wangakithi nje ubuntula nje isondezwa eduze kwabo bangamove away from into ababenefits.
I would also like to see anything that concerns my community being brought to them as they are poor. It should not be, my community should not be moved away from where they are.
Angizukwanda kakhulu ngizokwenza nje isibonelo bese ngiyagoqa.
I will not be long. I will just make an example and then conclude.
Endaweni yasemthwalo mengikhule sihlale eduze kwamajalidi okuyindawo yeRain Konyeni.
From Umtwalume, I grew up living in a place out suburbs under Rain Konyen.
So ngibona ukuthi njoba leyo ndawo engaphansi kwa Rain Konyeni nje uRain Konyeni ngibona ungabenefit okuyindawo yokwenza amabhizinisi eseduze kolwandle lwethu thina abantu basemthwalo Ward 19 George Mpele branch.
I see that when this is at Rain Konyen is not benefiting because this is a place which can be a business hub, but Rain Konyen is not benefiting from it.
Ngikhule ngisebenza khona ke lapha engadini senza konke kuze kube namanje abantu bangasekhaya basasebenza khona babenefita kuyona leyo ndawo kodwa ngaphansi kwa Rain Konyeni ofisho Rain Konyeni ukude nayo angaze ngibone ngisho noyedwa umuntu
I grew up working there in those gardens. Still, even now, some of my community members are still working there, but it's under Rain Konyeni, of which Rain Konyeni is quite far. Up until now, I've never seen them.
Bese ngicela ukuthi makwenziwa idemarcation lezo indawo ezisondelene nabantu ukuthi banothe ngibala le ndawo engasekhaya ekumthwalume beach.
I would then request then when demarcation is done, the places that are closer to our people that also allow them to access economic opportunities. I am counting places like Umtwalume Beach.
Cool water la kusebenza khona abantu.
Cool water where some people are employed.
Long Beach khona basebenza khona futhi.
At Long Beach there are other people who are also employed there.
Bonke abantu abasebenza lapho basuka emthwalo mangaze ngimbono wase Rain Konyeni kodwa le ndawo ngaphansi kwa Rain Konyeni.
All the people who work there are from Umtwalume. I've never seen anyone from Rain Konyeni, but that area is under Rain Konyeni.
So ngizocela ukuthi niqikelele ukuthi kuma demarcation enwenzayo.
I would request that you be careful in that in the demarcations that you do.
Lezo indawo ezinothisa isizwe semnyama noma lezo indawo ezisiza abantu bakithi abamnyama.
The places that allow our black community economic opportunities, or places that help the black communities.
Sicela niqikelele ukuthi anizisusi eduze kwabo kungcono nibasondeze kuzona.
We would request that you pay a bit of attention, that you do not remove them, rather take them closer to such places.
Ngenxa yesimo sempilo esiphila ngaphansi kwaso manje thina abantu abanye wasisokola kakhulu ezintweni ezinjalo.
Because of the circumstances we live under right now, we as black people are having it very, very difficult.
So bekuyisicelo sami leso nesifiso sami sengigoqa ukuthi nisize.
That would be my request as I conclude, that you should assist us or help us.
Idemarcation eyenziwayo kungabi ukuthi umuntu omnyama nimshiya ehambaze muqokiseni, let the demarcation izogqokisa abantu abamnyama.
The demarcation that should be done should not leave our people naked. In fact, help them, clothe them. They should also have economic opportunities. Thank you very much. I will end there.
Siyabonga kakhulu.
Thank you very much.
Sesifikelele emaphethelweni ohlelo lwethu.
We have come to the conclusion of our program.
Asikho isandla esisivalele ngaphandle. Wonke umuntu ebefuna ukukhuluma ulitholile ithuba lokukhuluma.
Everyone has been given an opportunity to speak. There is no one whom we've left.
Ngizothatha ke intambo ngibuyisele kusihlalo ngaphambi kokuba ngenze njalo sihlalo ilokhu ngazalwa ngiyaqala ukuzwa umphakathi uncoma umasipala kangaka njengomzumbe.
I will then hand over to the chairperson. Ever since I was born, it is my first time to hear people praising a municipality like Mzumbe.
Umzumbe kodwa ikhona into ongayifunda ngeRain Konyeni when it comes to public participation.
I believe that there's something that Mzumbe can learn about Rain Konyeni when it comes to public participation.
So ngiyabonga umzumbe neRain Konyeni ngokwenza umsebenzi omuhle nawo wonke amanye ama district nabo masipala siyabonga. Sibonge kakhulu futhi kuma councillor neyishayamthetho omeya neyipika ngokuthi beze bazohlala nomphakathi bezwe ukuthi umphakathi uthini. Siyabonga kakhulu.
We really appreciate Mzumbe as well as Reinkonyeni and other municipalities. We also are grateful to the councillors, mayors, and other legislatures within this area for the job well done. Thank you for your participation as well.
Ngizonikezela kusihlalo aligoqa uhlelo ngiyabonga.
I will therefore give over to the chairperson to conclude the program.
Oh, sizawucela unobhala wekomiti enze izaziso.
We will therefore ask our secretary to make announcements.
Good afternoon, everybody.
Greetings to everyone.
The deadline for submissions is the 29th of August,
May you repeat again?
2023. Written submissions must be written submissions must be addressed to the chairperson, Honorable FD Kasa.
Easy. Noma magalelo enu ke niwabhale phansi niyacelwa ukuthi uma niwathumela nithi manwa address ke niwabhekise kusihlalo umhlonishwa uFD Xasa.
And the submissions can be emailed to the following address.
Kanti futhi ke lezo iziphakamiso zenu ezibhaliwe ningazithumela kule email address elandelayo.
It's imdab@parliament.gov.za.
Ithi ke le email address imdab@parliament.gov.za. Ngicela ukuyiphinda. Ithi imdab@parliament.gov.za.
And if you have any queries, you can contact Shireen Kasim on 083-709-8533.
Kanti ke futhi uma ngabe mhlambe kukhona ufuna ukukubuza ungashayela ke uSherin unobhala wekomiti owaziwa ukuthi uSherin Kasim kule nombolo yocingo elandelayo ithi 083-709-8533 nayo ngicela ukuyiphinda ithi 083-709-8533.
We have prepared something for lunch for you, so if everybody can stay seated and then officials of parliament will direct you to where to pick it up. Thank you very much.
Manje ke kukhona ke esinilungisele kona okuya ethunjini besicela ke ukuthi nilinde kancane kuzothi ke izikhulu zaseParliament zinitshele ukuthi ke nizohamba kanjani ukuze niyothola okuya ngasethunjini. Ngiyabonga kakhulu.
Phambi koba siphakame
Ngaphambi kokuba ke before we stand up
ndicetyiswa ngoogxa bam apho bama ndiyiphinde into ethi
I'm being advised by my colleagues that let me repeat this.
Parliament has got two houses, National Assembly and NCOP.
Iparlamente ke linezindlu ezimbili, iNCOP kanye ke neNA.
Xa siyipasisile thina le bill sayithumela kwi-NCOP iphinde iqhube i-public hearings nayo ngolhlobo senze ngalo.
Uma ke thina njenge-National Assembly le bill siyipasisile sizoyidlulisela ke e-NCOP bese kuthi ke nayo i-National Council of Provinces iphume futhi iyozwa uvo lwabantu icela abantu ukuthi nabo babe negalelo kulomthetho sivivinyo.
Ngamanye amazwi, this feedback that people were asking about, that will be addressed by that process of the NCOP.
Manje ke kafuphi nje njengoba abantu bebacela impendulo i-NCOP izothi uma seyibuya kini ke iyona ke nikeza impendulo zale mbuzo beniyibuza.
Another issue that we are learning out of this process
Okunye ke sekufundile kulo hlelo esiliqhubhayo
that it is important to conduct public education about laws that have been passed by the country.
manje ke kubalulekile ukuthi abantu ke sibafundise lokhu ke usihlala kubiza phecelezi ngokuthi i-public education ukuthi public education ayenziwe ukuthi ke abantu bafundiswe ukuthi imithetho yakhiwa noma yenziwa kanjani.
In fact, even for them to use the acts, they must understand. So Parliament need to emphasize on this issue of public education about the laws that we have passed.
Manje ngaleyo ndlela ke kubalulekile nokuthi ke iParliament ifundise umphakathi igcizelele indaba yokufundisa umphakathi ngeudaba lokuthi ke imithetho le ekufanele iphasiswe ishaywa kanjani.
Asibulele kakhulu kwi-leadership ekhoyo kubo bonke abantu abanoxanduva kwizigaba zonke zikahulumende abakhoyo noluntu ngokubanzi lase-Rain Konyeni nase-Ugu municipality.
Asibonge ke kubo bonke abantu abalapha sibonge ngisho ke abantu abaphuma lapha eRenkonyeni nabantu abavela ku-Ugu district ngokuthi ke beze la bazobamba iqhaza.
Bonke ke ingakumbi aba basemzumbe
All of them.
kuzofuneka bamamele kakuhle i-date ye-Demarcation Board xa iza apha.
All of them, in particular the community from Zumbe, they must also listen to the date of the Demarcation Board when it comes here.
The public hearing is adjourned officially.
Manje ke lo mhlangano wethu ke usufike emaphethelweni ngokomthetho.